Going live. 3, 2, 1. We're live! We're live from my basement. It's Thursday night! So, let's see. Oh, how about the cameras? We could... And I'm at camera. Oh, hey, looky there. There's the crowd. If I turn this a little bit, it's going to potentially kill my video, so I don't want to do that. But it's been a while. Last few weeks we've been doing a side adventure, and but now we're back to Dave's Imaginations presents Dark Queen Association Ascension. Dark Queen Ascension, The Fall. Dark Queen and Associates. Wait a second. No, that might have been the last few weeks.
We're starting a new offer.
And so why don't we just go ahead and play our intro? That is not it.
All right, Zach.
Okay, and if we go to game, where's my game layout? Boy, it's been a while. Look at that. Seems like it's been so long. That is not the right screen. This one. That's not the right screen. This one. Hey, there we go. We're into Foundry. We got a screen. I put up, I labeled this the Front View Tavern. It's not named, this tavern is not Front View Tavern. This is the Dragon Turtle Inn. Dragon Turtle Inn, that's in Gundebarg on Gundelen. The island in the middle of the Trackless Sea, which is actually on this screen. However, I should go over to OBS and just check. Hey, the sounds are popping. All right, that's good. But what was I going to check? I was going to check on my Discord that Ken might appreciate if I shared my screen as well, because I tend to we'll go live there as well as I share my screen. All right, and as I like to jump to the map, and the map you can't really see unless you check out my screen, right? And so I use this AIDEDD.org map. That is my current favorite map. And we scroll to the upper left-hand corner, and we can see Neverwinter, and we came from Neverwinter. We traveled, well, actually we came from Port Lass, and we renovated a boat, and we took it to Gundebarg on the island of Gunderlund. On way, we needed to stop there to pick up supplies and finish fixing the boat in a more safe spot before we headed to the Sea of Moving Ice. Why are we going to the Sea of Moving Ice? What's in the Sea of Moving Ice?
I really don't know. The chick who knows about the
dragons.
Yeah.
Is that
Klaxon thing.
Hello, Nurse?
No, that is not Hello.
Okay.
We've established that Hello Nurse is actually the bard telling the story about the dragons in the second lore video.
In
the second lore video.
So I have a recap video and 2 lore videos.
Okay, I got most of the way through the first lore video,
which is probably the more needed one. The Aviaturus one was a bonus video.
Okay.
Right, and it gave you some things. It gave you some hints about this. Aviaturus is the one that actually has a lair on Gunderlund, right? And Aviaturus. There was an error. There is an error in that video, as I learned later that Aviaturus is actually the female, and the male is actually Arauthator, which is, and I think I called them both males in the videos.
Now you need to put out a third video to correct.
A correction video, right?
But they're from Gunderlund?
Aviaturus is this is, and so then you get to the map, right? And then the layers overlap, and so the map You know the map.
No, I'm saying in the video, Arbor, you said that her lair was up in the moving ice.
Arbitorus's lair, one of his lairs is Gunderland. That's why I brought him up at all. Arauthator's lair is in Oyaviggaton, which is
up by the moving ice.
up in the Sea of Moving Ice. And so you are going to Sea of Moving Ice looking for Maccath. And why do we care about Maccath?
She knows about the dragon horn being blown.
The Drakhorn, right? And we're going to go figure out what this Drakhorn is and why they've sounded this Drakhorn. And what does that really mean, right? Yeah. So, and on our way there, we've stopped at Gunderland, fixed up the boat. We've met a few people. We've committed to paying it, and we'll make sure it's ready. We're having. So I brought up the other person, the.
I did have one thought about that. Since we had with the commissioning, I think it would be cooler for this hill giant to be an icebreaker maiden instead of just pretty. Since we're going to the ice, and
but we're not going to wait the 2 to 3 weeks for a new Maidenhead to be an icebreaker. We've already reinforced
it. Unless we're going to get the stone and come back.
So do you want a reinforced bust to break through the ice?
Well, I think we're going to have to do something to reinforce the ship.
But we did that.
Did we?
We
Well, I
committed
meant on the figurehead.
Part of what we
Figureheads are a lot of times just a small statue thing attached to the top.
The icebreaker thing is going to be on the bow underneath the water.
I don't know. What were we paying? What did we say? It was 5,000 gold. It better be sizable for 5,000 gold.
But that was part of what we were paying them for, was the icebreaker.
But she's going to have to take
Those
a hit.
two separate things, though.
The maiden's still going to have to take a hit.
I know, but I thought I heard in the recap video that was part of what we were paying them for. To fix up the boat for us was to make it icebreaker.
Yes, that part. That I agree with.
Oh,
but the
reinforcing.
Maidenhead is not in. To me, the Maidenhead. My takeaway is the Maidenhead is a separate expense.
Yes.
That is quite expensive
and decorative.
Blah, blah, blah.
It's a piece of work. How can you put a price?
No,
it's a piece of work, all right.
But if you actually made it look like the giant, maybe it could help break the ice.
Exactly.
If it was that big.
Yeah.
With her feet down in the water,
discussion.
Her knees would take a hit.
She should be pretty but fearsome.
Mm-hmm. So anyway, this is what she proposes that she's going to build for you.
I like the pirate cap one. The one at the bottom right.
Yeah.
I like that one.
That's pretty good, yeah.
Which
I
one?
don't, is that a rose in her hand?
Drop the blouse a little bit.
Yeah, I feel like that rose is a little delicate for a maidenhead.
Yeah, but definitely the pirate one, but maybe without the rose.
Sure, that could be arranged. Some designs she rejected. This was a interesting one. Well, maybe you'd want to appease.
I like it.
What the?
She wasn't sure your hill giant would appreciate it,
Certainly not.
but your banshee might.
Banshee.
Looks like something out of the latest Dr.
Banshee?
Strange movie. I just watched
What
that.
banshee?
The one you drove off.
The ship
Haven't
is
seen it.
possessed.
Oh. Sam Raimi directed it. Who did Evil Dead?
You don't remember.
You
He
did
pulled
turn
a little-
undead or whatever.
Throw that in there.
Turn it off.
I love it.
He doesn't remember.
It's okay. We love you, Leonard.
I turned undead and drove a banshee.
Yeah, as we were building it.
Remember?
People were getting all these hangnails.
She didn't go very far though.
No, she just ran away for a minute or whatever your spell does.
Yeah.
She's back, and she might
Maybe.
appreciate the more
Commemorate-
undead version of the.
It's not a banshee.
The
She's a
ban-
ghost.
And she's back in the boat.
What was the original name of the boat?
Well,
The
she's
Banshee,
hanging.
you know, but I thought-
Hanging
Well, she's attached to the boat.
Oh, I didn't realize she came back. Oh,
Banshee's Hangnail, I think it was. Anyway, so we want the piratey lady without the rose. Maybe just like a superwoman type of pose with her arm tucked in tight.
And she said she was going to take some artistic license,
That's what this is.
and we think the hill giant will be okay with that.
Because I'm sure the hill giant wants for
Be
it to
portrayed as pretty.
to be
but
to feel like she's pretty.
Yeah, but it better still look something like her,
Well, she can,
not
she
random
can-
woman.
Well, then we go
Tell
this
her to
path because she looks
give her
beefier
big
than
cheek,
those.
big jaws and broad features.
Yeah, I don't know if how quickly I can bring up Dilly.
If you go with the bottom, second from the left and the bottom, that one was a bit beefier, or at least she looked beefier.
Oh, that's the boat.
This one, see, and the hair. I think this would be a winner right here, because this gives her some fluff, and the hair is fuller, and the neck is
Bottom row, second one.
This one, right?
There you go.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That head,
Put a hat on it.
this bosom,
Yeah, put a hat on
the hat,
and a sword.
and the
Why do
sword,
you need a hat?
the party hat.
Because the hat's cool.
That's just cool.
No,
And it's nautical.
no.
And she's been living in a port. Got it?
Yep.
She's gonna be the commodore of a fleet. She needs a hat.
Yeah.
That's fun. Anyway, so we talked.
Sign off on the prints.
That was Alice. That was what was her name? Alice something. Oh, I have it.
Laughing something.
Laughing Steel was her name. A dwarf with a female dwarf with a beard. And let's see. Yeah, this is your new Hello Nurse bard that you were talking about. She's the one singing the song about Arvitoris. And Jeffrey Farlight is the dude that told you a lot about.
Suspicious looking dude. Behaving.
Yeah, well, he's a neutral, true neutral type of merchant. Maybe a little bit even underground type guy.
And he told us about the big centipede things, which are called
Remorhaz.
He
Yeah.
would love some pieces of some, or some eggs of some, or a couple of live ones.
Thanks.
Really
They have
Some of
sacks
us
that
have fought
keep
a
themselves
Remorhaz
up
before.
or
Right.
something.
Or
Whatever you can give him,
The main prize would be if we could bring him back a pair alive.
male and female alive.
But
He and Leonard have played with you and against the Remorhaz at least once. Well, once.
Yeah, way back.
And I was a betrayer.
Yeah, that's when it was. That not as these characters. These characters may not know anything about them.
Yeah.
I think that was even before Gloin. And I'm not sure those were mature Remorhaz.
That's right.
So
how big is one of these things?
they're large.
So we're gonna be able to fit two of them on our ship?
Hey, that's your problem.
Alive.
Just recognize if you bring a male and female, what do you say, 5,000 gold pieces?
Yeah. I'm just wondering if we can even physically fit them on our boat.
Maybe we can make a steam engine. We put them in the water and then we harness the heat.
You know?
That's your problem.
We bringing about the steampunk age to Faerun?
Yep.
Let's do it.
Then Matilda told you a little bit more about her brother Ronaldo and why they wanted to go north because of the legend of the sunken city, and seems like an ideal place for her to build a.
I think the island she wants to go to is more west than north.
It is more west. You're absolutely right. It's true. Well, west by slightly north, but yeah,
The ruins of Arles. Or Azor.
Escarl
Escarl.
happens to be on the map.
Out of curiosity, when we last traversed the sea, where were the islands we went to?
Farther south.
No, actually, further west and probably further south for the Barrier Peaks adventure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. At least I think so.
Yeah. Yeah. So, you've had your 3 days. The ship is ready, and if we go to the ship, yeah. Now's the time to ask questions.
Ruckus was going to spend a little time as a shark trolling around, looking for homeless people down by the dock.
Sure. We can say, there is.
You should remember, this isn't the evil campaign.
Sure thing.
Doesn't make any difference.
Sharks got to eat, man.
Homeless
Are you feeling the need?
people, which is an excellent point.
To feed.
Is yes favorable? I think you're wanting it to be. Chaos factor is probably pretty low. Sure.
Yes.
There's homeless people down there.
That wasn't the question.
Yeah. Yes, it was.
Okay, fine.
And
And
Kind of lower the population a little bit.
Ruckus might, if there was one that was looking particularly like
Fishing from the shore.
wasn't going to be long for this world anyway.
so I could just picture some guy, rough on his times, homeless, and he's got his little fishing rod, right? And he's just trying to figure out something to eat.
Samuel L. Jackson, Deep Blue Sea moment.
And he pulls his line out with his rusty old hook on there, probably nothing eaten on it, piece of crusty bread maybe on there, and he keeps looking, and he comes up and wait.
I think that was a breakout role for LL Cool J.
Hold on.
That's pretty good.
Needs to be deeper.
That is the deep one.
Is it? Oh, okay. Leonard's awake now.
That was a gift from my very good friend Noel. I don't know if it's really a gift, but he was letting me use it.
It's a gift to him to get it out of his house, maybe.
Remember Roger Rolfing?
No. Roger Rolfing?
Yeah.
No.
He makes those little ukulele musical instruments out of cigar boxes.
Oh.
He's making one for the. They're bidding on it right now.
Oh.
Sound like something you might.
I have a ukulele. So, probably the second night you go out, and because a thought you're having through your head is, if you're going to be taking on a dragon, I mean, that could level you up.
It's just, we're here for 3 days. It was an opportunity to take care of a necessary.
An itch.
Yeah.
Because I also wonder...
In between hitting on her, because dang.
You mean Laughing Steel?
No. Gilmay Eleneth. Yeah, and she's pretty... I mean, she's a bard, she's pretty, and she has charisma, but has enough horny sailors hitting on her that she knows how to put you off without putting you off. So it made me wonder, as you're on this boat and you dive off and you turn into a shark and you help steer the boat, how many of the crew do you suppose noticed? How many of the crew do you suppose... I would say you were even trying to be discreet.
Yeah, I would try to.
Certainly you waited until nobody was watching. But then you crawled out of the water and over the side. And somehow there was a shark all of a sudden pulling and tugging the boat along with. So
even if they didn't see me, how many of the crew figured it out?
I mean, there's 40 of them on the crew. Yeah. I'm not going to roll 40.
And I'm missing now during the journey.
And so I think maybe a D10 is reasonable for a number of people that pieced it together.
So we already had, what, 5 or 6 from us?
A 2. I'd say you got lucky.
Okay, so there's so there's 5, and now it's up to 7.
So you're gonna need a homeless person for each one of us.
Yeah,
So
Better get busy.
everybody.
the Ruckus diet is
You don't
now
have
up to
eat 'em.
7.
You just have to kill them.
True,
That's true.
but if 7 murder, if 7 slashed people start washing up on the docks, they're going to be out
Too many
hunting for
questions.
me.
We'll be gone.
There'll be questions.
Well, you better hope to encounter some orcs or trolls or some other.
I'd probably eat them just to
Sustenance.
to clean up the mess, just so there's less bloody mess kicking around to draw attention.
So, I was thinking if we're going on a trip, it's likely to get us killed. We should probably stock up on any potions we can get our hands on.
Healing potion.
I mean, outside of the stuff we need for the trip, food, and supplies. I think we need to.
Healing potions, some
Any
diamonds
magical potions?
for
So
some
is there any
revivify
place we can
spells
go?
might be good.
Do you have
Well,
Revivify?
What
We have a
good
clever.
would
I'm assuming they have
Revivify do?
Do you
Revivify.
have Revivify?
I can. What good does it do if I don't have a? I need the jewel,
Well, that's what Ken was
That
saying.
was going to be the next.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's
Ken
Ken's.
was
and I don't
saying-
think we have it. Jewels.
Well, Ken was saying we should try to get some while we're in port.
We have the gold.
Okay, so we're gonna go spend our gold to buy jewels, or we're gonna spend our gold to fix our boat up,
We
or
have a
we're
lot
gonna
of
do
gold,
what?
don't we?
I hope someone's keeping track of where it's all going.
Just say there was a couple of big expenses to fix the boat.
Yeah.
and get the
It
bus.
still wasn't all of it.
It was 3,000 gold to fix the boat, if I remember correctly. And there's 5,000 gold if you want for not if you've just contracted for 5,000 gold to
You
buy
probably gonna
the
want some of that
figurehead.
up front.
Okay, so last we checked with our heroes. Okay, we had 10,000 gold pieces, 350 for the crew at 10 gold pieces per day plus the dock fee, etc., etc. Ruckus was carrying 500 platinum. Todd had 500 platinum. We
I
had
didn't-
500 gold pieces per
I didn't
day.
have platinum.
Huh?
I had.
That's what I
The,
had.
the equivalent of.
Maybe it was the equivalent. Of
Yeah, whatever.
What's the platinum to gold conversion?
10.
10 to 1?
10. Because
Okay.
But that
one
was
that chest had platinum in it, and that's the one that Ruckus got. And the other one, I have it written down somewhere. The one I grabbed had like 3,000 gold in it or something like that.
well, what I had written was Ruckus had 500 platinum. You had 500 platinum. We were at 500 gold pieces per day. 1,000 now and 1,000 more if it was ready within 3 days. So
That was 2,000 for the.
2,000 for the repair,
The boat.
by the sound of it. And then we had
And 5 for the statue on front?
I had a chest with 1,000.
No, I would say half up front sounds reasonable for her expenses, and then half when she delivers.
Which will be when we get back if we can.
But I also didn't bring all of my jewels and gems and everything from Barovia with me on the because we were walking, right? So
We had a cart.
We had a car.
We had a
Yeah,
cart.
we had a
horse.
We
You
had
had
a
a-
cart
you
and
had
a
a
bag of
cart.
holding.
Back
Well,
holding.
that is true.
okay.
Yeah.
If we've
No,
got
you're
jewels,
going with
if
what
you
got.
can now say that we.
Well,
took
but what
those.
I'm saying is
So-
the 500 plus 500 of platinum, if it's a 10x, 10 or 10 per,
So
That's
right?
10,000.
there was only one 500 platinum.
Between
Ruckus-
the two.
No. So
Then we-
Ruckus had 500 platinum. I had a chest with 1,000 gold pieces. There were different
Okay.
chests. And then I also had a sack from the Amber Temple with 600 GP worth of just gold and
600
various
GP.
gold,
That's
gold
fine.
and gems.
I've
Yeah.
got one of those too.
Okay, let me look it up.
But Ta would have.
But
Hidden
if
somewhere.
Loin doesn't have a diamond worth 100 gold pieces in his inventory,
I think it's more than that.
he doesn't have it.
Or whatever.
Yeah, you need. It's 300. Like we should definitely have one of those.
We should have multiple of those.
I guess my
If you
point.
say that we have that, then
Yeah, I
I
think we
will
just
get
need it.
Revivify. If that's what you're saying, but we
Well,
better have it.
This is not a small matter. I mean,
No,
if he's calling us out on the money,
No,
we are
it's
we
a
are
fair
in a
point.
world of hurt
It's a fair
because
point. Yeah.
the 500 platinum and 1,000 gold doesn't even cover what we had racked up in crew fees and whatever.
Okay, but
So-
now that was the stuff we found near the end of
Yeah,
Barovia. There was also a treasure hoard we found earlier
Right.
Which one?
I think we need to nominate
with
a
the
treasurer.
wolves.
And it doesn't. It should not be Christian who keeps the notes. He's already keeping track of that.
Was in the werewolf den. We found
If
a
it's
pile
not
of
written down somewhere, you don't have it.
I have 1,200 gold
Well,
in my pocket.
that's where the 600 gold bag of golden gems came from,
No, that came from Amber Temple.
right? Isn't that the treasure room we're talking about?
Amber Temple, though, is that room with just, piles of
Yeah.
whatever you wanted, and Ta shoveled as much as he could in a few sacks.
So we may not have the cash on hand for all this stuff that we've just contracted.
I will nominate myself to be treasurer. I think somebody needs to be treasurer. Above the table. I think somebody needs to be treasurer. Thank you.
I also could have Raise the Dead, but that's a 5th level spell.
That doesn't bring them back as.
Well,
Well, it brings them back as a zombie, right?
You can only be dead 10 days. The Revivify has to happen within the first minute of death.
Right.
It is only a 3rd level spell.
Are you raised dead?
That's a 5th level spell. I can do that, but I don't have lot
Yeah, that one's a diamond worth of 500 gold.
Yeah, the Revivify.
I'm pretty
is
sure there's no
300.
free revivifies.
No, Revivify is 300 gold pieces.
Right.
I did not look at the price
Sorry,
for Raise the Dead.
revivification in general.
Yeah, so Raise the Dead is
5th level necromancy
500
spell.
gold pieces, yes. And that's within 10 days of death.
4.
sounds like you need to go adventuring.
It sounds like we need to figure out how much money we actually have now.
let's skip
Yeah,
that. I think
that-
we need to-
Let's start. Leonard,
Yeah.
as you look at your character sheet, how much gold do you have?
Loin. How much gold? Total gold? Total monies do you have?
I'm going to ask each of you this, so you might get prepared.
2,824 gold.
2,824 gold. Okay.
All right. Ruckus?
So I had the 500 platinum. I had that written down, and then I was just looking for. That was in inventory, isn't it? Isn't that where your cash
Yes,
is?
yeah.
It is.
Look up in the corner.
Oh. There we go. Total in GP 15 is all I have in here.
There you go. All right. Strider?
I have 685 gold, 18 silver, and 10 copper.
All right.
But
All right.
gold's what we care
What
about.
was
right
the
now.
silver again?
Silver was 18, but the gold was 685.
I'm not going to count copper.
And Kudota?
So I've got 76 listed, but then I have as separate line items
Uh-huh.
the sack of 600
Uh-huh.
and the chest of 1,000. Now, as I said, I probably wouldn't have brought all of that with me. Some of that would be buried back at the.
So I get 1675 total.
I've also got some hidden stashes of
Well,
other.
Well,
we're
what do
on
you
this.
need-
We
what
have
are you
bills
telling your
now.
adventurer?
What do you have on you?
In the robe, I also have
What are you going to tell us that you have? Just
Well,
give
it
me
de-
the number.
if you guys are like, oh crap, we need money.
Well, if you
like,
come out with
I
money
can
somewhere,
I can pull some money out of some places. Is
That's
what
your
I'm
character's
saying.
decision.
Right.
But
so
what do
I-
you have on you
Another
that you're going to tell us
another
about?
10 gems of 100 each and a bag of 100.
I'm not writing it down.
I know, but like so that's fine.
Add it all up for me. Just give me a one number.
So, Varinka.
In my
it-
pocket, 76.
There, that's all I'm going to write down. Then.
All right, all right.
But I
Whether
got
you come up
other-
with more money out of nowhere, that's up to you.
What are you telling Varinka?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
What do you
so
that's what I
like
heard.
what do you got on you? Pull out a bag. I got 76 on me right now.
Yeah.
All right, 76 gold pieces. Liar.
Varinka?
I have 1,280 something.
And I'm sure there's
1247.
1247. And Olak?
We're not accounting.
I had like 20 straw.
Well, 800 total between the gold and the bag of gems. But I'm assuming Varinka would also have a Marion's gold. He had 1,446 gold on it.
Sure.
I think that's the gold that I'm counting.
I don't think so, because that was more. Because you would have had about
I
the
would
same
have
amount.
spent some.
'Cause that's our split from that last whatever adventure we were on.
Okay, and I will just put in.
We need to go through
What
the
was it
notes
again?
and figure out. We
For
should
Marion?
have done it when that adventure ended.
1,446 gold, 9 silver, 3 copper.
Nine.
We'll make that. Okay. Now, in round numbers, how much gold do you have?
Now I gotta add it up. So I'm not good at math, so
Give it to me.
I'll do it.
All right. You do it.
You guys move on.
Well,
Now that we've got that squared away, we can.
But
start
moving on is add up our expenses.
talking. Yeah, there you go.
So we owed the crew, we owed the dock for the boat repairs, and we've just contracted for the figurehead.
We have a quote for the figurehead. I don't know.
No,
if we agreed
well,
to it.
well.
Well, we wouldn't have agreed to it if we didn't have that much money.
Okay, all
If we
right.
just had 5,000 and we had 200 in our pocket.
Fair
we might have
enough.
Said yes.
You thought you had more than you did. You open your bag and it's like, oh crap, we don't have
Yeah.
enough.
Right. So let's go down here.
So where's the 10,000 we thought we brought though? This is our individual piles. Didn't we have a?
We had a booty of 10,000 before when we got back. Before we went over to, we took 10,000 with us to get
To
the
the
boat.
port?
Yeah, to get the boat.
Yes, we did.
Where'd that come from?
We had it. I don't know where from.
Well, and that's what I had noted was there's 10,000 gold pieces available, right? So maybe I'm
So we have that 10,000 that we brought from our just our group stores, but then now you're asking us for all the individual gold that we got in our pockets.
Well,
which is
where
different.
did that 10,000 come from?
I always thought that came from our individual pockets.
No, we got it from
The
Strahd, I think.
And the werewolf den. Yeah.
Yeah.
Werewolf den.
Yeah, we
What-
got it
and-
during the Barovia
All right.
campaign.
Okay, so you had 10,000 gold pieces. I do remember you saying you brought it with you. I'm going to believe you. I'm not keeping that type of notes.
And I think the 500 platinum was part of that because that's 5,000 gold, right?
right.
So
It wasn't my memory, but okay.
maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, I don't know.
Tell our accountant how much gold we have. We have 10,000 plus this. Is that what we're
Yes.
saying?
Yes.
That-
All
that's
right.
what the group's
All right.
saying now.
So how much gold do we have?
10,640.
12,092
Plus-
on hand, plus the 10,000.
Noel is now our official accountant.
What was the from Amerian? It was 144.
1446
Sounds like Wes is our backup accountant.
Yeah. It
and
was-
9 silver. Wait, should we really have the suspect character?
So.
Well, I mean, if
I'm gonna
he's
write
if he's
down
being
my
suspect
notes.
with his money, it probably makes sense because then he'll actually know the true total if he ever needs to pull something out.
All right. And we have 3,000 in boat repairs,
I'm not counting
and we
the
have
salaries.
5,000 in figurehead, and we have the ship costs, the
crew.
the
We
crew,
said it was 2,000
which we said is
repairs, right?
50 gold pieces a week.
2,000 repairs.
2,000 in repairs. Let's get back down to that spot.
Minus
again.
5 for the
And
bust. Whatever you want to call it.
The repairs, we said on the repairs it was 1,000 now and 1,000 more for ready in 3 days. Sounds like they hit that mark.
Yeah.
So that's $2,000.
All right.
As far as the crew, there was 350 for the crew, which was the 10 gold pieces per day. Oh no, I'm sorry, 350 for the crew. Period.
Which is 50 a day. Times 7. So it's 50 a day.
Yeah. So 350 for the crew. We
So
had
far.
10 gold pieces per day for the dock fee. There's going to be 3. That I'm counting that as 30.
All right.
Okay. Then we had 2 gold pieces per worker on the ship for up 20. So that's 40
All right.
for
Isn't
the
that-
workers.
Was that covered in the repair cost, or is that
Yeah.
separate from the repair?
No, this was to me this well
Separate. Separate.
This was the whole
The workers-
expedite thing.
The workers and the crew are separate now.
Right.
Right, but I thought the 2,000 in repairs covered.
Well,
Covered what?
I thought
The
you
2
had
gold
like
pieces
added
per
everything
worker.
up and said, "Here's the flat fee."
2,000 was for the repairs. Then the crew cost of being in the town.
I know.
He's
crew
talking
cost is
about the
separate.
workers now
I'm talking about
because
the
we've got a
workers.
separate
The workers would have been part of the 2,000.
Okay.
The 2,000 to fix the boat.
Okay.
$30 for the
$30 for the dock
fees.
fee.
Yep.
350 for the crew, and then this Maidenhead
That's
at
5,000.
$5,000.
Yeah, I got that already.
Okay.
okay.
And that's where we're at.
So it sounds like you have enough.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's
I mean, 502
7,400.
So you have like 3,000 gold left somewhere in there.
Yeah. So you
Well,
said we
I
had,
guess it depends. If that 10,000 is in addition to all of our individual wealth,
I'm going to say yes.
then we've got like 14.
Yeah.
okay.
Well, I can just do the math. here.
I think we sound like a great target for a
Yeah,
gold hungry
For a
guy.
heist.
we've got 14,700.
For a pirate to come.
Yeah, we're having this argument in the tavern, and no, it's 10,000.
No, we got
I would love for a
14,000.
pirate to show up and try and take our money.
No, I've got this 10,000 gold right here.
You mean like Captain Xerxes? The one that comes up and steals your good before you even know she's around?
All right, so the state of the union here is we have 14,000 gold, 14,600 and 14,722 12 gold pieces.
Should we have a medical professional doing
I was gonna say this is our account.
I know
He
you
just
guys.
gave us 4 different answers.
All right. But now you have the ledger of the expenses and our stores, if you would.
Yep.
And we're gonna have to keep paying the crew every day we're out sailing.
That's
Well,
right.
We've already budgeted for most of that.
Okay.
We budgeted it up to now. When we leave, it's another $50 a day for every day we're out.
All right.
If we're doing a thing for Matilda and it's her crew, why should we pay our crew to do her little bidding?
The side quest?
Yeah.
Maybe we don't when we can do that part.
So which are we gonna
Not
do
to
first?
mention, we're paying to repair the ship. And Chimber's already saying it's his.
Did we agree to that?
Yes, you
Did
did.
We
Okay.
did not agree that it's his ship.
That was pretty commonly spoken of.
remember
He
we-
said something like he had a ship, but we never said.
I remember we talked about it. I
He
couldn't.
said he had promised it to Matilda.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had made some sort of promise to her, but
did we agree to that?
we never said anything about that. Why the hell are we paying him when we did all the heavy lifting and getting that dang ship in the first place? They fixed it. We paid them.
Oh, the drama.
Let's go to some mutiny at high sea here. All right.
So
So
going back.
$50 a day for the crew,
Yeah.
everybody, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That includes the captain and Matilda.
So we've got like 4 or 5 different potential quests here, right?
Each.
But before we get to that, there was a question about healing potions. Right?
And gems.
And gems. All right, so the first question with the healing potions. Healing potion. First of all, as you go shopping, you quickly realize that there is an anti-magic sentiment on the island. All right. However, healing potions aren't necessarily always considered magic, right? So I have a D10. This is how many healing potions. Standard price. I rolled a 1. So with the anti-magic sentiment that you go in there, and he says, We don't have any healing potions, but come around back. I have something just as good. And he goes out, and he pulls. This is a salve that we came from the indigenous that are in the jungle, in the forests. This wouldn't be jungle in the northern, right? And this will act just like a healing potion. You get one healing potion. 50 gold pieces for the healing potion.
Who's hanging on to it?
Who needs it most?
Somebody say
is
me.
Likely to still be alive. I'll take it.
All right, Ruckus has it.
You're paying for it out of your own.
Sure.
Okay, right?
So what should I just put healing potion in? Good night.
But we can see. I can roll a fate check to see if they have any other potions you might be interested in. Sure. Should I roll for it?
Yeah.
All right. Potions. Yes is favorable. And odds, I'm going to say that is, boy, I'm going no way to unlikely. I'm going to say just very unlikely. Maybe they have more of this indigenous crap. Oh, nope.
All right. Keep shopping simple. Don't have to worry about giving up our money.
Okay, now we can talk about. You're sitting around the table. It's the evening of the second night. You've checked on the progress. The progress on the boat seems good, and you're talking about what you're going to do next. Shimber walks up and says, "So as he gulp, and so where are we off to tomorrow?"
It's under discussion.
So let's discuss. What are you considering?
Considering going to the moving ice to find somebody.
Sea of moving up. Yes, that was your. That was the whole reason you built this. We built this ship.
Right.
Correct.
We need to know what's going on with the dragons and what the Dracorn and all that stuff.
Gulp, gulp. The more I drink, the better of an idea that sounds.
Really? You don't want to go find the stone and help your brother-in-law out?
Yes, find the stone. Yes, help my brother-in-law. That is very important to us. Yes. Gulp, gulp. The more I drink, the better that sounds.
You're a liar.
Me. I tell you, I would not lie to you, my fine dwarf.
We're going to the Sea of Ice.
Very well. Are we all in agreement? You all are so excited.
Yeah.
Cheers to the Sea of Ice.
So we're going to Sea of Ice to find the chick who knows about the
Dracorn.
Back to mission 1.
Yes.
Okay. Side mission: healing stone for a dying brother. Is
We can do
okay.
that on the way
We're
back.
passing on that one. What were
Well,
our
at
other
least for
ones?
the moment.
Okay. Find killer centipedes for black market dude.
I don't really
Right.
care.
But they're up by the ice.
If they're on the way.
If we
Okay.
run into
That
one
could be
of
a
those that
twofer.
tries to kill
Okay.
us, fine.
And then there
How
was
much
all
was
these
it?
white dragons flying around that
Maybe.
They're
maybe.
seeking revenge.
nasty, but some of them might be nice if we don't poke them.
How much
Right.
was we
Was
wanting
what I
to
heard
pay
from-
for the centipede thing?
Not enough to be worth the trouble unless we happen to catch some live ones.
Yeah,
is what
we're
I
not
heard.
going to go looking for one of those centipedes.
There were so many options there. It was everything from bring the male amphibia back alive to hack them open and bring me the sacks of stuff from inside for a lesser amount, but X amount per sack.
But it was like, what was it, like 100 gold or something?
100 gold per
sack.
100 gold per sack, 100 gold per exoskeleton, 100 gold for each egg.
When you said exoskeleton, you mean like a piece of it?
It's exoskeleton of a whole thing. Yeah.
You spend a day gutting the thing for 100 gold pieces?
And you don't want to be
Now,
the
I didn't say it was
I
a
think
great
our
idea.
economy
That's
has
2
gotten
days. That's 2 days of crew pay.
has gotten out of whack here, right?
You're the one charging 5,000 for a little
Carving.
carving.
You're the one that has 14,000 gold pieces burning a hole in your pocket, and just got a ship. Yeah,
That we're not going to get to keep.
Yeah.
Just saying.
well,
So,
sounds like
okay.
there's a debate there.
I agree with you. We're not going to go looking for them. If they fall into our lap,
Oh, listen, I guarantee you, we go to the Sea of Ice,
They're falling in our lap.
we're going to find one.
we're going to find one.
Okay, well, if we blow it up and its exoskeleton lands on the deck, then we'll bring it home. So-
You know who we're talking about,
But we're not
right?
gonna go-
You think he's actually going to let us go to the Sea of Ice, and we're not going to run into one.
Smile, you son of a bitch.
Okay. And then all the stories about the dragons, there was
Just saying.
a lot of pissed off dragons wreaking havoc, but then there was something about one of them that was actually nice to people when it didn't poke them. Yes?
The shadow one
For a
was
The guys who came
For a
back
price.
because they
For a
were
price.
they survived because they
Oh,
weren't provoking it.
yeah, because
They paid a price.
that was Arviaturus.
I think you.
And if they were caught and they behaved and they didn't steal his stuff and they told good stories, then they were let go.
So that gets back
Okay.
to my original question we started. You said
That's not
they
the-
left this
the
island
moving
and they
ice
went
dragon.
east.
No, that was Arauthator. Yeah.
Arauthator is clearly a Queen Dark Ascension worshipper, or at least a follower.
Which one's that? One of
That's
the white
the
ones, or
moving
that's the
ice
fog
one.
one? Oh, okay.
That's the moving ice
The
one.
fog one was a nice one.
There's 2 white dragons. That's why we gotta.
Okay.
There's a male and a female.
Yes.
Avaturus is the male,
No.
Arviaturus is female.
female at Gunderlin.
Yeah.
But there, she's not
Next.
in her Laneya. She went east.
Right, but right now she's not here. But she's nesting at Gunderlin.
Has a lair in
Lair.
Gunderlin. Yeah.
There's
Arauthator.
Arauthator,
The
which
male
is the male
lives up in the ice.
the ice,
Mm-hmm.
and he and his son
Yeah. Yeah.
are followers of the Dark Queen.
Absolutely.
So there's a worm, at least a worm, if not a young dragon,
Somewhere.
somewhere possibly with
Okay.
Arauthator.
They're followers of the Queen, of the Dark Queen.
So
We at this point are kind of
we gotta fight on our
new-
hands with that one. That was
Well-
like gonna be a talk your way out of it kind of thing.
Well, but we have not declared allegiance or opposition to the Dark Queen, have we?
I think we have, like
Have
at
we?
least internally,
won't
not
know.
publicly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Maybe that's it. And shall we fashion some flags? Sometimes it's beneficial to have a variety of flags. A more intimidating one, perhaps, and a more Lord's Alliance one, perhaps, or more Dark Queen.
Dark Queen.
Mintar?
Black one with
Make
some,
Barovia dark
like
again.
a white
Oh, wait.
skull in the
Yeah,
center.
make Barovia great again.
Careful. We have both aisles in the presence.
Yeah, I know. But come on, that was funny.
Oh yeah,
It was funny.
I wasn't. I was not opposed. It was funny. Good reference.
What was your last statement?
It's just buying different flags.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea.
Yeah.
Maybe a couple different types of
That's what I'm
pirate
saying.
flags.
Mm-hmm.
Pirate flags, specifically.
Oh, pirates, but
So if we think it's a specific type of pirate,
mm-hmm.
pirate, we can put up that.
The one with the shark on
Yeah. Sharknado.
it. Yeah, there you go. Shark head with
A little tornado underneath it.
Here's a swimming with bow-legged women.
So are there any specific
me in the
flags
jaws,
they
John.
have available in the shop? Or do we need to
Well,
find-
they definitely have Lord's Alliance, which is one of the major factions, and because that is what they fly. You would probably get cross-eyed with a piratey flag.
I think Luskin flag would be.
Well, a Luskin flag would be why, and why do you want a Luskin flag?
Well, we'll be sailing in those waters, so we may want to
Yeah.
stay
Blend
under the
in.
Yeah, blend in.
So they'll sell you a Lord's Alliance flag for 10 gold pieces, no problem, right? But the other ones, you know
I
what?
heard.
If you want, I heard a piratey one, and I heard a Luskin one, maybe a couple different piratey ones. Those three that are somewhat black market, 100 gold pieces for the 4 flags.
Go
The
with that.
captain's getting it. You're talking like as
I'm-
the captain, right?
No, I'm talking that you went to some merchant to buy these flags.
So 4 for 100 sounds good.
That's what I heard. So an alliance, a Luskin, and 2 pirate.
Walk into a bar.
The 5th one ducks.
Yeah. All right.
Roan.
All right.
You got piratey flags. All right, we ready to set sail? Long
We
rest.
got all our supplies.
Got all your supplies.
How many homeless people did I eat?
You ate one.
Just one? Okay.
The one that I know of. You didn't tell me about any others.
And he was almost dead.
So the Dillyrahr.
The more people he eats, the more find out he's a shark, and the more he has to eat. It's a vicious circle.
So
Not counting the
Dillyrahr,
one I ate.
outside of the missing figurehead,
You didn't form a long-term memory.
is looking in tip-top shape. You're fully equipped.
we got furs and everything too, right? Just make sure.
That's a good point. Yeah, we were getting
Well,
furs.
And the buster, is that one?
Good point, but that wouldn't be part of fixing the ship. That
I
would have
agree.
been an additional. And I'm just going to say, we have a crew. I'm saying 40, another 100 gold pieces for cold weather gear for the crew.
We pay them. They can get their own.
Oh, okay, all right.
We pay them.
At 2 gold each, and so you warn the crew that
And we
hey,
can charge them 3 gold, and we can provide it. Yeah.
all right.
We got to get. enough
You
water
have
here.
your own cold weather gear with you still, I assume.
Yes.
Oh, got my goat coat, man. I'm good.
That's a
Goat
good
coat.
point. Yeah.
So I mean, we have the top deck,
It's a nice
right?
expense for furs.
And you have 40 arrows for your mangonel ballista.
And was the Dillyrahr bust for the front of the ship? Was that
No,
done in
that's-
3
that's
days?
gonna
or
be on the way back.
That we said
Way
2
back.
weeks, I believe it was.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
That was on the return trip.
Okay.
So there's perhaps a chance maybe we'll come up with some more money so we won't have to take our what's
That's right,
left of
they
our
got-
stash down by a third.
They got to go find a 300-year-old tree that's big enough to be.
A pair of decent sized rowboats on the back.
I did take the 5,000
Hang
out
on.
already. So we won't.
That's Pirate What's Her Face.
Yeah, I noticed that I used the same icon for Captain Xerxes. Looks amazingly similar to your
you a
your
cousin?
gunner.
Yeah. Is that Crux?
Where?
Right there.
The bird.
It's a capital expense.
Pollard,
Okay.
but don't call him Polly. The bosun.
Okay.
Pollard want a cracker.
Call mana.
All right, so that's the main deck. As we look down, we have some sleeping quarters, cots.
Do we have where are we sleep? Are we sharing the quarters between our?
Let's see, was there something up here? No.
Yeah, we're probably dangling from
It
the
looks like
rafters.
the nicest stuff in the back.
I mean, I feel like we'd get nicer places than the crew, right?
But not nicer than the captain and his wife.
Right there. I
No,
think
that's good. The white ones
There's there you go.
Okay.
works.
This is the mess hall. Just taking a tour of our boat. Looks pretty nice. Ooh, there's a nice. The only problem with this place is that it's right above the Screaming Banshee.
It's also the first thing that's going to
Front
get
of the
crushed
boat.
by ice if it hits anything.
It's true.
The early detection system.
And then the bottom I thought was
Canary in the mine.
full of supplies, fully stocked.
Another bedroom down there.
But this was I found was
The brig.
the brig and
Some floor there,
Nice.
some torture equipment.
and some skeletons.
There's some skeletons in the corner.
Interesting.
Nice.
Yeah, and some blood on the floor. If you noticed that.
You know, they want it to be intimidating for you.
Yeah. That's a large portion of the ship devoted to torturing people.
Must be
You never know.
nice people.
Yeah.
who take prisoners.
Obviously, I didn't make this picture. I just decided to use it.
I appreciate the dock workers thinking ahead and giving us, a giant torture chamber.
And bloody.
Came with the boat, man. We just fixed it. Take longer to tear it out.
We just left the skeletons where they were.
That's right.
Put them into a pile.
Part of the ship, part of the crew.
Row well and live.
Well, if they haven't been dead more than 10 days, I could bring them back.
Yeah, I think if their bones are clear of any flesh at all, it'd probably been longer.
Been there a
than-
while.
Hate keeps a man alive. 41.
Okay.
We're going to become a necromancer and start
forgetting
raising the
anything?
dead.
How many potions do we buy? Just the one?
Just the one healing potion is all we could find.
That's all they had.
Oh,
That's it.
okay.
Although for some reason I do have. And
All right, we better start praying now.
I have a scroll for cure wounds and
I have several potions, but
a couple potions of healing.
I had one or two left over from.
I luckily
Previous.
haven't had to
I
use
would
them
have
that much.
used every single one I had.
I do have a herbalism kit and a healer's kit.
You did have like a boss
Herbalism?
fight
What is that?
on your own.
Herbalism.
Yeah, and we were
Make some
looking at it
organic
like
tea
his
or
challenge
something?
rating I think was higher than Strahd's.
What?
Though Strahd also had lair actions.
Oh, how about that?
But-
Also, proficiency with this kit, which I do believe I have, is required to create antitoxin in any potion of healing. So perhaps.
You have time on the boat to do stuff.
So
Yeah,
the
but
captain
technicals.
comes to you and says, "So we're heading north to," and he seems he reeks of liquor, but he's slept it off. He says a little bit of headache. He's drinking some steaming beverage, and his eyes are squinting. And he's, "So we're gonna head north to see. Do you intend to go to?" I got the stupid
What is that name?
as
What
the
is that place? 'Cause
navigator.
That's where I was.
The navigator. Now,
Aurilsbarg.
do you intend to go to Aurilsbarg and make leave before we head deeper into the ice, or do we just go straight into it? Perhaps up to Svarsburg.
There might be a garrison there.
I think Aurilsbarg might be the better place to lay over. If we see lots of military ships, we should just move on.
Which one? Which one are we
Just
talking about?
Wildberg?
That one right there.
Yes, that's Aurilsbarg.
Okay.
It's a protected cove.
What do we know about
Get the weather
Aurilsbarg?
Get the weather report.
Yeah, you get the lay of the land. I mean, I'm sure there's lots of traffic going
Lay
through
of the
there.
ice.
We don't have anyone in the crew that knows anything about the Sea of Ice that's been there before.
We
Is
might
that
be able
true?
to pick somebody up as a guide.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Ken also said around 10 minutes ago that he was taking the dog for a walk. So, before we go too deep, I figured
Yeah.
it was fine since we were just talking about
Other
side
stuff.
stuff.
Accounting.
Just for the record, we paid for the bust up front.
You paid half.
No,
front. Half
we
of
paid up. We paid it all. I already recorded it. Before you said it. I can go back and add the 250, 2,500.
Do that.
Okay.
You come back to the island and she's not there.
Yeah, it's probably just taking our money to run.
Payday.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
Got
not
to
doing
pay
that.
this for some ugly hill giant, whatever.
Rotten piece of wood.
Yeah.
Termites growing out.
All right, so you head to Aurilsbarg. Aurilsbarg. And so, How many days does it take to get to Aurilsbarg? Control D, command.
2 hours.
2 hours!
Got a strong wind, like tailwind.
By sailing ship, it takes 4.5 days. 4 days, 8 hours. And let's modifier. 1 is bad, 20 is good. Yeah, so you make really good time. You're ahead of schedule. You
So how many days was it?
4 days, 8 hours. So let's just say 4 days, because I rolled so good on the time modifier. And you pull into Aurilsbarg. Port Aurilsbarg, small town of 3,000 citizens. It acted as a general trading post for incoming traders, mainly from Luskin, who had established a monopoly, as well as those of Bjorn Hold and Ice Wolf, wares such as scrimshaw, oils, animal skins, and other provisions were traded. Other settlements on the isle did not have a dock large enough to serve ships. Let's see here. The ground and paths of Aurilsbarg were made up of felled tree trunks. The buildings were also made out of wood, and the roofs were covered in turf. Green Hall, the local tavern, was known as the heart of the town, and several goats were cooked for its patrons.
Hey now.
Could we use them to tow the boat?
As you pull in, there's a standing army of 100 soldiers manned with 6 longboats. And the town also owned a striker, a powerful type of ship in the north that could hold up to 44 soldiers, 4 ballista, and a ram. And the residing Northmen were eager to hear major news. And so I imagine you're pulling in there, and you go in the dock, and you get in there, and then you go to this bar. What was it called? I just said it.
The Heart.
The Green Hall, the local tavern. Green Hall. You go into the Green Hall. It's called the Green Hall because its roof is sodded, right? It's got, we said it had earthen, and so it's the Green Hall because they keep that well fertilized and has this thick mossy type growth on top of it. And so the Green Hall, you walk in there, and these are Northmen. They're covered in furs, and they're dirty, but they're eager to know. The green tide has largely ignored us up here in the north where it's so cold. What have you heard of the onslaught?
It does not go well.
Yeah, they have
It depends on your point of view.
The orcs control.
Are they pro Dark Queen Dragon, or are they?
Just the facts, ma'am. Just the facts.
Well, they said the
Hasn't
green
reached-
tide hasn't really come up there in favor of the warmer. They must not see the value of the coldness of Aurilsbarg in the north.
So we could tell. I mean, they control from Neverwinter down to whatever town.
Waterdeep.
is on the map. Yeah. They control that and the ports along the way.
Yes, we know of Luskin. And Neverwinter's been for a while now. But you say they're as far as Waterdeep now. They spread like a plague.
And they're spreading east as well, from what we hear.
And what brings you strangers to Aurilsbarg?
We are seeking. What's her name?
His.
Her?
No, hers. That's right. Orator.
Maccath.
Orator.
Well, hold on. Who are you seeking this word Maccath? Or are you seeking Old White Death?
No,
Which one?
we're not looking for the dragon.
Oh yeah, we're looking for Maccath.
You didn't say that out loud.
We're trying to avoid.
He's
Orator.
drunk. No, sorry.
We're trying to avoid
She's
Orator.
drunk.
She's drunk.
She's a lightweight.
The heaviest
Like
lightweight.
7 foot tall.
So?
Be hilarious if she was a lightweight.
A 6-pack of beer puts me under the table. I'm 6'2", 220 pounds. I don't drink a 6-pack of beer because it puts me under the table.
No, we're not looking for them. We want Maccath.
Maccath.
Yeah, we're looking for Maccath.
Maccath.
Did she come? Do you know? Remember if she came through here? She. So what do we know about her? She's a explorer, or she's a
She knows what's going on.
no,
She's a
but
tiefling.
She's in tiefling.
she's a tiefling. So
I
that
don't remember what color, but
It was red in the picture.
I think it's likely. Likely she came through, but and he being the we'll say he's the barkeep of this place. I'd say it's likely. Does he remember? Does he not remember? That's the reason it's not very likely.
it's definitely favorable.
And it's favorable, and I think our chaos factor is pretty low. So let's see. Does he remember her?
No.
People come through all the time, but I can't remember a tiefling in the robes you described. Perhaps she didn't stay at the inn. I wouldn't know.
I think she might have reported into who's over the soldiers. Is there a captain or something?
Sure. Yes, I imagine that if they wanted a track of their paths, if you say she was headed to the north yet into the sea.
Yeah.
So I think that's worthy of another check here. If you talk to the captain of the guard, if you go into this building, this administrator and tech, and you sign these 3 steps, and you give them their 20 gold, then they'll tell you anything you want.
He's going to drain our bank any way he can.
Before we leave him, would we want to find out about a guy?
No, 20 gold is way too high for a piece of information.
Yeah.
That'd just be a gold.
That's an excellent question.
Shall we ask again? We
Guide.
asked, huh?
Before we leave, we might ask if he knows any guides who could help us take it.
Guides.
That's
Why?
2 different questions.
Guides, and we're gonna say that is a sure thing. Yes, it's favorable. Hey, yes, we know guides. Would anyone like to guide these people into the Sea of Ice? Aye! They're looking for Arauthator. No, you don't say that.
No!
So, yeah, I mean...
We're looking to avoid!
You look into there and you see, 5, 6... Well, let's see. How many... This is plus 3. 13 different mugs go up in the air. We'll guide you through the north.
And so maybe we should ask all them and put it out to the general crowd if any of them remember a tiefling coming through here named Maccath. Maybe just because the bartender didn't remember.
Right.
She might have gone through town. They might have seen her,
While
interacted
they were out
with her.
and about, right?
Maybe another guide went with her. One of their
Led her up
buddies.
there, right?
Yeah.
Fair ask.
Okay.
So if we all of a sudden we got 13 guides here.
That's a lot of people.
That's a lot of people.
Does anyone seen this tiefling? We'll ask Maccath to the crowd. And
Yes
certainly,
is favorable.
very likely, yes is favorable. It says, first someone says, yeah, I remember someone like her. And then, like 2 seconds later, yo, me too. And another one, me too. Oh, yes. And all of a sudden, all 13 people have all remember seeing Maccath.
We'll talk to the first 2.
So you talk to the closest one?
First 2
The
that
one who
raised
said-
their hands.
Yeah, as you try to keep packing, all right, back there. And who could have this been? So if we say if we go back to our
Let's
map,
hire
let's go to our
2
tavern.
gold apiece. Does that sound fair?
Let's go to our front tavern.
A day.
To
Good luck with that.
2 gold a day.
These subscriptions are killing.
We have to
us.
have a backup. Right? If we get killed,
You can bring 2 of them?
if one of them dies, we need another one.
Is that what you tell them?
No.
We need 2
Start
for when
with-
one of you dies.
Start with 2 flat, so you have to go for that.
I think 2's fair. Considering our whole
But 2 a
crew
day.
is only 50.
Yeah.
There you go. He looks like a good Northman.
He looks like a goon.
Norman and Northman.
And how about this gal? So the first one that raised his hand was this guy here. Did I not give him a name?
Blythe.
Kolvar.
Norman.
We're going to call him Norman?
Kolvar sounds good.
Kolvar.
It's a good
Kolvar is a good
Northman
name. Hovered by any Kolvar. And I know somebody. But yeah, she was coming through a couple years ago with her group and what?
A couple of years ago?
Yeah,
Is that what you said?
Yeah,
Okay.
years ago, and with his group, he was heading north looking for one of the. She was some sort of dragon girl, one studying dragons from the school, and she was looking for a guide, and my brother, Rolvark, took her up, and so if you're going there, I'd be interested in seeing what happened to her and her companions.
Your brother never came back?
Has not yet come back. No.
Wow. Okay.
Sounds good.
After 2 years?
What say you?
2 years. No,
That's
it's
not
not
her
been 2
name.
years now.
That's what
Laneya?
he said.
Laneya?
Since the tiefling came through. And you know the Sea of Moving Ice well?
Yes, we live up here and we hunt out there and we whale. We go up there in search of the great sea base and for their oil and meat.
What other kind of things are up there?
What? Yeah, an experience with Remorhaz?
The Remorhaz.
You actually want to ask directly about the
If he's a Northman, he's got to have experience with him. But we don't want him.
We have as little experience as possible with the Remorhaz. They will destroy a whole battalion before you know it.
Italian of what?
So, shrimp? Yeah. So you know how to spot them, avoid them?
We know that if the ground starts to tremble, you're too late. Best to stay on solid rock. Or thin ice where you know there's no ground underneath you.
Okay.
But then, of course, the whales will come up and swallow you whole, so you'll have your choices. And so, and next to her and is a female says, "Yes, and ask him what he knows about the Yeti."
What do you know about the Yeti?
What do you know?
I would like her to tell us about the Yeti, yeah.
Yeah, don't listen to her. She's full of stories, rumor and legend. There's no merit to them. Oh, you say that! But I tell you, it's true. The great white beasts of the north. They come out at night in the small villages, and they pull away your friends and your family, never to be seen again.
I have a friend that defeated a great white goat up in a mountain, so that's not so hard to believe.
Bah! He says. It was probably a wolf. They probably wandered off in the night on their own. I tell you that they exist.
Perhaps.
Well,
So what do you know of this tiefling?
This tiefling, you're asking me?
Yes. You said you knew her.
She came through town, her and her crew. As he said a couple of years ago, they stayed for their night and before they headed up north. I know not much more than that. I don't need to know much more than that. But if you're wanting to know the ice, no one knows the channels of the Sea of Moving Ice better than I.
And Arauthator?
Great
What do you know of her?
I know that she's not to be he's not to be trifled
How do I
with.
keep getting that wrong?
I don't know.
Arbitrary, so whatever is.
Yeah.
She mated with Orth.
Arbiters. Yeah.
Do we know where we need to go in the Sea of Moving Ice?
None of them.
Above the
Well
table?
then.
No.
if you want to know where Great White Death's lair is, I can show you.
Do we know what? I don't know her name. And this is kind of
Maccath.
Maccath above the table. And maybe in the story, do we know where she was going? We
You know that she was going up there to study dragons.
So for all we know, she could have been chasing.
I think that's a reasonable assumption.
So all this time we're saying, "Oh no, we're avoiding the dragon." Maybe we shouldn't be.
Well, we know that, but we don't want to tell them that.
Fair enough.
They're
This
gonna
is
try
all.
to
This is
take
all
them.
above the
Okay.
table right now. This is above the.
But if you hire 2 guides, which one are you going to listen to when they go that way?
We need
We'll
a
still
third
make our own
guy.
decision, but we're going to have an educated guess.
So they're going this way.
Well,
I don't know. We can go with one, but when one goes down,
Well, do you think if we think the tiefling was
both
going looking
said
for the
she's been here a
dragon,
while.
and she can take us to the dragon?
she alleges that she knows where the Arauthator male dragon is. Kolvar has some skin in the game because he's probably would love to find his brother again.
No.
So we would in some ways be doing him a favor, and at the same time he's got a vested interest in finding out what happened, and we can take Laneya for her alleged knowledge of all things ice and knowledge of where the dragon is.
And neither one of them are super vital because we have a backup. Right?
No,
They're
pros
both
and cons.
expendable.
Pros and cons.
They're both expendable to some degree. We are,
All right,
we are
so-
going up against some.
Yeah.
High
So
level things.
just then explain to them. All right, we're bringing both of you along. We will seek your counsel, but ultimately, we are in charge of this mission. We will choose where we go.
And you'll be expected to work your share on the boat. 2 gold a day. 1 gold for guiding.
2
1 gold for
gold
working.
each a
Yes,
day.
Yes. I think that's a fair. You guys think that's fair, right?
Yeah.
We could go for 1, but
No, just so they're aware. Just
I mean, you have good charisma. You could convince them.
yes, I just want them to understand that
I could
we're
intimidate
not.
them.
Neither of them is infallibly in charge. You'll give us your best advice, and then we will decide where we go.
And you will follow.
Well, you're on the boat. You don't have much choice.
That's true.
And when would you like to leave?
First light?
On the morrow, yeah. Unless
Are there any other goods we need to get before we leave?
homeless people buy the docks.
Homeless people. I was thinking healing potions.
We've already run that trap line.
Probably aren't going to be any healing portions in this.
Have we asked?
Yeah, we did.
Well, we asked the last town. We didn't ask this town.
Oh, this town.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I
It's a much
forgot. We were in a
smaller
different
town.
place.
But maybe there's some
But it-
apothecaries up here.
It's also a little bit more rugged. So maybe.
And it may not be as anti-magic,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but I'm still going to say it's unlikely. Very unlikely. Answer, yes, would be favorable. And I think our cast effect is so low.
Look, be a lady.
Nope. No healing potions. Don't have a shop. They don't make it.
Strider wants to know if they have homeless
That's too.
people.
No, Ruckus.
Oh, sorry, Ruckus.
Now,
I'm not gonna ask them straight up. I'm just gonna
Do you have to
just
have
kind of
to
look
have any,
around the docks as we're,
homeless people that you
tying up
don't
the boat.
want
So-
anymore?
It is summertime in the north, but yet it is cold out. So people just don't hang out outside like. So they're probably impoverished and they're living in their huts, the lean-tos. But if they're there, we can the bait. You never know.
Disabled
You never know.
children.
Yeah, disabled children.
Homeless.
Oh, wow. You're going to do a fate roll on this.
Why not? I'm gonna say no way. That's not impossible, but no way. Yes is favorable for Ruckus. No.
Okay.
No indication
I
of
feel like Ruckus is sliding towards the dark side a little bit.
Not great.
So here's a question. So I have this herbalism kit, and I have proficiency. I am proficient with medicine, and it says proficiency with this kit is required to create antitoxin and any potion of healing.
Yes, but
So we can't buy a potion of healing, but could Strider perhaps acquire the ingredients to
You've been
make
asked
one
this
and use
question
his
before.
proficiency to do that?
And you said you have to have certain chemicals and stuff. And
Yeah, you have to have the
about a day
ingredients,
or something,
right?
and
Ingredients? Question mark. All the ingredients is probably unlikely, right?
Right? You didn't put favorable, but hey, got it.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, so as you look around and you go to the various open markets, right? And this time of year, the herbs, and you recognize these herbs and you piece them together, and you think you can make a potion.
Excellent.
And with the ingredients you
My
get,
brother, Joe.
how many potions can you make?
Joe Clark, Mechanical Services.
2.
All right,
Austin, Texas.
But how long does it take you to make a potion?
The master plan.
dude.
Yeah,
Well, what else you doing in the next couple days on the boat?
that's right. Yeah.
Well, I mean,
You had 4
Yeah.
days on the way here.
So it's going to take you this many days. 3. Takes you 3 days to mix it, mash it, combine it, steam it, boil it.
Back it up, flip it, and rub it down. Oh no!
For one potion?
No,
Oh.
Yeah.
we rolled for
Had
it.
a couple days on the boat. What else you got to do?
right.
You know, just skip the Sudoku for a couple days.
How many, was 3 days? Is that what you said?
3 days.
3 days.
Excellent.
Okay. And so you hire both of them.
Yep.
Have your gear ready
they-
the next day.
I'm not sharing a room with that man.
Well, you'll be sharing with a lot of other men. I mean, there's a couple. There's a couple women.
I share with the females of
Yeah,
the
there's a
group,
couple of
yeah.
crew members that are females.
The
And
gunner.
a bird. So, you know. Hey.
In a tree.
Bird is a word.
Okay, the next day. So, I mean, they talk to the captain and your navigator and says, we're going to head north. It's going to be a full day. But in the morning, you will see the bergs of the Sea of the Moving Ice.
We were told the bosun to make sure to expect 2 new crew members that are going to be guiding us. So
And they bring their furs and they bring their equipment and I imagine they have these long harpoon-like poles, right, with
pole arms of some sort.
pole arms. It's more of a hook
Yeah.
with a little, not really a bladed thing, and nets. And they join your crew. All right, Laneya and
Kolvar.
Kolvar. Token when hovered by anyone. Kolvar and Laneya join your crew, and as you head through the north,
Next stop's Faldberg in the ice.
do you?
Edge of the ice.
So I mean, that's a question they would probably ask you: is do you want to start?
We've got to find out where she went.
Yeah, so you got to run into
So you-
people and visit villages along the way, trying to follow her, track her.
And that's what I guess that would be the first question we ask her. Ask them as guides.
So, if you're looking for a theater, we're looking for the largest berg amongst the Sea of Moving Ice. That is where Arauthator would make his lair. If she was studying dragons, that is certainly where she'd go.
Okay.
So which place was that?
The largest berg within the Sea of Moving Ice.
Which town it would be closest to that?
Well,
Ironmaster?
we are going. Svarsberg is
Svalbard.
this town village, if you would, on the verge of the Sea of Moving Ice, and then we are going to go into the ice.
The Svardberg is on an island.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know if it was like on a berg itself or like on a station.
It's a berg on a berg.
I think we should
Svartberg.
be willing to,
Svardberg.
you should go to Svardborg. And if we're going to go there, then maybe we should be freighter, make some money on the way.
Oh,
Yeah, we could say.
Right? We'll bring some supplies there.
You could ask, ask around.
What supplies,
At the
is anybody
docks or-
looking to ship some stuff up to Svardborg that we can take?
Ah, I don't think you want to go to Spawnburg.
Yeah.
Fortress of-
It is a fortress of a frost giant. We
Oh.
might want to steer clear.
Okay.
Back to the
Never
reverse.
mind.
So the guides are unanimous on that one, I think.
That's a no-go.
I mean, giants might want supplies.
Yeah, they need stuff too, right?
Or food.
Us.
Yeah.
You think they have
exactly.
any homeless ice
And
giants?
Now,
That
that's-
should count for 2 or 3.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's got to cover.
I think we might have,
A frost giant.
us as a group, might have been here.
I don't think
It did sound
It
familiar.
is part of the Storm King Thunder lore.
It sounded
yes.
familiar.
not. I don't think Ken and I were.
You might not have.
I DM'd a portion of that.
Okay.
At least the front half.
Yeah.
2/3.
Yeah. So I think we had an adventure there once. But so I think we want to stay well clear of that. If we stay to the west,
Well, if we've been there, then there's old memories, and we might want to go back and just review.
was Gloin part of that?
No idea. It's probably the Bard.
Yeah, that was our bard.
That was the Bard days, yeah.
Yogi.
Yeah, golf.
Yeah, golf. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, Yogi's what
What she called it.
what she called him. So, a day in, and you reach the. Let's see, go back to this, and we go into the Sea of Moving Ice. That's not the one I want. Iceberg Ocean, activate.
In the form of.
Forma.
Now, I haven't populated this, but you're starting to see ice through. So the first day overnight, you wake up, and as you come out on the deck, the air is frosty. It's cool. It's probably 40 degrees out, right? And this is summer in the far north, and you look out, and you can see the floating ice all around you. And you can see the small birds rolling off the ice and into the water, seals, and as you look into the ground, you probably see some whales here and there off in the distance, kind of breaking the water and falling back down.
Are these the ship-eating whales we keep hearing about? Like, are they that big? Or
They're big whales. These are the smaller black whales
Orcas.
that are not the size of your boat. They're more like the size of a rowboat.
okay.
And was there some other town on the map up in there?
Is there
There was Iron Master, but
What was that?
that was on the mainland.
Oh, okay.
here?
Yeah. And that was
That was Sea of Moving
the-
Ice.
to the
So
right.
everything else was further east.
Yeah.
Oh, that labels the red dot. Okay, I got you.
So we are now deep into this.
Okay,
All right,
we're past the F.
we're past being effed.
We're past the.
Oh no.
We're north
The-
of F.
The effing is just spooling up. Take my cue from Leonard.
Nobody's died yet.
we take
Oh.
our cue from Guns N' Roses.
Nobody's died yet doing accounting. Yeah, hiring people. Great.
So
Administrative.
you've had your breakfast and you're out on the deck. Where would you be on the boat?
Working on a potion under.
So you'd be under deck.
Yeah.
So if we,
Ruckus is hitting on all the female crew.
yeah, and they're
Working his
probably
way around getting rejected one by one by one.
Probably deserve that one.
So the Dillyrahr. All
It's
right.
been a while. The bird's starting to look good too.
So we had. Let's see here. Do I have you on here?
Man, end up with a banshee by the end of this.
Yeah, go call
Hey.
down there and see if you can make out with her.
We,
You were inverted with a meg. I don't know.
we,
Hell.
did we get a good enough look at the banshee to figure out if it's female?
I think banshees are always
By
female.
by
Are
nature.
they?
By
Okay.
nature, yeah.
Okay.
Only a female could scream like that.
You have not watched enough memes.
Yeah.
We're all in the water.
And we're dead.
As we put this on there.
Abandoned ship.
Oh, hang on to you, Jack.
He wouldn't be putting those things on there if we didn't need them.
Yeah, it's a bad sign.
He's already got glowing converted to the dragon.
Is that a dragon there?
It's your dragon.
That's you.
I'm not as a dragon.
Not yet.
No,
He's
but
just keeping you around.
where'd it go?
He's anticipating you're going to change it.
Might be under the ship.
Yeah, it might be under it.
Hanging out in the lower decks.
Can you put that on the bottom?
Let's see.
You'd think there would be a way just to like.
I know.
like the
Just
Barbie
change the
house.
level. Anyway, so I mean, you're there, right? And so I'm trying to get a sense of where you guys would be on on the boat. I hear Strider saying he'd be under deck.
I'd like to be on the bow,
So Gloin,
seeing where we're going.
Gloin, you're up there somewhere.
He's roaming with ladies.
Ruckus is on deck somewhere.
On
Keep
prowl.
watch.
Katota, where'd you be?
Yeah, I mean, I imagine I would be on deck as well.
Somewhere. And Vrinka?
I'd be with the money.
And where would the money be?
There's like 30 guys on the boat. Somebody's going to have sticky fingers.
Are you going to keep the money on your person? Or you going to keep it in the
A
bag of holding?
Yeah, on my person.
You wouldn't keep it in the bag of holding?
Yeah,
In the bag, and the bag's on her person.
on my person.
Now, you had the bag of holding? I thought Olak had the bag of
Yeah, that was
holding.
Olak's bag
I
of
don't
holding.
care who has a bag of holding.
So, the money is in the bag of holding, which Olak has.
Right.
Fine.
Fine.
Olak, where are you?
As high as I can get, because I don't think Olok's ever been on a boat before.
As high as
So
you...
if there's like a crow nest or something,
Oh, yeah.
I can be up there.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so you go up...
You
You
can watch.
Strongest winds are up there, too.
So, Olak, off in the
Reasonable
distance on one of the
tag off.
bergs, you see two
Gnome stuck to the pole.
insectoid, snake-like, centipede-ish things
Awesome.
eating...
Oh,
Are they big or are they small?
Well, from his distance, they seem very small.
On the port side.
They're eating a polar bear.
That's
So
starboard.
all right. Who can I see down below?
Anyone you... Gloin.
Gloin and Tar are on
All right,
deck.
I'm gonna cast message to Gloin and tell him that there's two of those snake-like things we're supposed to hunt down, because we're supposed to keep that pretty under wraps, right?
Well, you're hunting them. I think your crew can know. All right?
I don't think there's any way around it.
I don't think it was... He didn't want you to tell the other townspeople, the people at the dock, right? He wanted this to be very much black
Down
market
low.
type stuff.
You also missed
All right.
this
Well,
while
it's still easier than shouting, so I'll tell Gloin.
you also missed this while you were away. But the adventuring group is very split on their desire to hunt these centipedes.
Engaged. Remorhaz.
So they seem well occupied. They're eating this looks like a big white bear.
How in the hell could we capture
Seems like a
these
good time to ambush them.
Bust out the ballista. We don't need them alive. We need
Actually,
parts.
Did we need them?
There's more money if we manage to get them alive, but
God bless you.
We don't have time to dilly-dally with that.
we'd have to keep them alive somewhere in this boat the whole rest of the adventure.
Well, that's
Just,
what the bridge
Yeah,
is.
just
that's
spear
not
them
happening.
and be done.
Varinka's like, that sounds like fun.
I'm
Kyle's
yeah.
starting to rub off on me.
If we, I'm with.
Of course, I'm not even aware this is going on because
No.
I'm below
Yeah,
deck
me
making a
either.
potion or two.
But I'm with you on that strategy.
Okay, so Gloin and Olak know
Fire at will!
about the Remorhaz.
I don't know their names.
This seems like a good chance to test
Centipedes
out
from
the,
hell!
You just want
You
to
know,
know
ship's
if they're female
defenses.
or not.
You want to try the ballistas, or I just do a
Can we see that boat over there?
Yeah, but
Fireball.
you could, but you're pretty distracted by the.
I'm not up there.
Olak is excited about the two Remorhaz off to the side.
Gloin, do you tell Ta?
yeah.
Okay.
Olak says he sees a couple of those worm thing. What do you call them?
Remorhaz.
Remorhaz.
Remorhaz on the island, and they're busy eating something.
So, ballista or fireball?
What's the distance?
Yeah, so I have to get within 60 feet, I think, for a fireball. Let's
So
see.
hard to
That
see.
was
Can you read that?
120.
And can a
Hold on,
fire-
I can zoom in.
Can fireball even hurt him?
115.6. I think fireball's like 150 feet range.
150
or
feet,
like that.
yes.
I lost my character sheet.
But are they vulnerable to fireballs? I mean, they've got these heat sacks he was telling us, but to keep them warm.
from the inside.
But
And they got tough exoskeletons, but I imagine it would still piss
And
them off. pretty good.
Kolvar would say, "Yeah, you can cast the fireball." You say,
did I say that out loud?
well, "We are all standing here, and you're discussing of whether you should shoot it with the fireball or the ballista." Yes, you're saying it out loud.
Who's Kolvar?
He's the
guy who
guy.
gets hired.
Oh, the guy.
Who are you again?
Who are you again?
Who are these people?
Where am I?
Might know a few magic spells. What would you suggest?
I would suggest that whatever you hit it with a lot of it, because they are quite tough. And even explosion of fire, while it will do its damage, it will not put one down.
Okay.
Maybe some successive fireballs. Does anybody else have something like that?
Yes.
Well, I mean,
How many fireballs do you want?
I suggest if you want to kill them outright, you coordinate a massive attack all at once.
I don't think I can twin fireball because it's area of effect.
well, where did it go?
I mean, just from here we'd be eyeballing it, but if we brought the ship alongside there, how close would we be?
And could you put it on Foundry? So if I want to do some measuring.
Yeah, what do you mean? I am on Foundry.
It is.
It's activated.
Yeah.
This is a huge map, by the way. So,
I had to zoom out a ways to
He's
figure
still
out
on
where
the
I'm still in the
tavern.
tavern. That's why I asked.
You are activated. It's,
it says you're here.
yeah, it says you're there.
And,
you may have to reload.
Just
so what's that number say?
Oh, zooming in. Hold on. 71.96 feet.
okay.
That's about as close as you're gonna get.
Okay. And then if we piss these things off and don't kill them, can they swim?
Oh well, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do you
pretty
think
sure.
they got on that iceberg?
Okay. I don't know.
So we need to cook them quick.
So we take off and nuke the site from orbit. It's the only way to be sure.
So I imagine word is spreading that something's going on.
Oh yeah, now that you're looking at the whole crew is looking, we're gonna, and
I will hear something. I'll come
the shipper says, "Are you certain you want to mess with them?"
Not really.
Dimber, you're gonna earn your pay today.
Are they a large creature?
Yes,
Each one of them.
actually huge.
Are each one of them?
Yeah.
So I guess that would be a question for the guide. Are those adults or are those juveniles?
And you look at them and he says, "They seem quite large."
Here's the thought. From down below.
Oh, we would have made our way up by now.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Hey, someone shouts down,
Yeah.
"Strider, get up here!"
Let's pull up the flaming spear. So maybe, I mean, it's not like we're not going to come back this way. Maybe we leave them alone on the way.
What fun is
In.
that?
Yeah.
I'm
They're
just
here. They're there now. They may not be here on the way back. And they
We
are
may not be here on the
distracted.
way back.
And they're distracted. I'm just saying. They're distracted.
Are
What
they
did you
still
just roll?
distracted, Mr. DM? Oh, your TV unplugged.
Oh, got dark.
And it's dark. And it's dark.
That's it happens. Pardon me. Work down below.
IT.
So
It's back.
I'll tell them I can hit it
Yeah,
with.
but I can
you know,
firm it
I'll
up
take
to
it my
make it
staff
work
and I
for a
can
while.
hit him with this. That'll do that'll do a decent amount of damage.
I can do a fireball for
Concussive
10d6.
I can
It's probably,
try.
probably
let
only
me see
40 or
something
so.
I can also do a fireball for 10d6.
I can do 50. Max 50.
So was it 10
I-
times? Yeah, average 4.
here. I could try to paralyze one of them.
Flaming spear.
As the
for
boat
5d6.
floats through between the
type.
bergs and everyone is focusing on, you probably notice there's a boat on the other side. There seems to be some hunters. But they are gawking at your ship. They're
Holy crap.
not something they see every day. And
I can't believe they're stupid enough to sail through here.
as you're all up against the rail, kind of debating how you're going to handle this, the boat lurches to a sudden stop.
Dope.
And I need you
Well, this
each to make
gotta be
a
made for
dexterity
us.
check.
Sorry, did you say dexterity?
Yep.
Wow. Is this a saving throw or just a check?
Saving throw.
Saving.
That's a natural 1.
Wow. I was poking around earlier. I wasted a nat 20. Oh, now we got bigger problems.
Oh boy.
Bigger
That's not
calamari
good.
to fry.
That doesn't look like a centipede.
It's a kraken.
Unleash the Kraken.
Oh, is this the thing that wanted the toll, basically?
Basically. Yeah, and as you look around, tentacles start come up around the side. Gloin, how did you do?
I can't get it to roll on that screen.
Don't worry about it.
Just roll a
A
dice.
16 just popped up
Yeah,
on
from
my
Glenn.
screen.
Yeah, you rolled a 16.
Okay. 16.
No, a minute ago it was an 8, though.
Oh, yeah. That
What was your
go to
first
8.
roll?
8.
8. Okay.
5.
5.
18.
18.
20. Unnatural.
You have the power of the goat.
20.
I like
Unnatural.
Right. 1, natural.
I have a 12.
Varika. Okay. All right. Anything under Varika 12 and under is falling overboard.
Overboard.
Oh.
Oh, shark time!
I think I would notice, like, I would sense that.
You would sense
And use my
what?
chronal shift to re-roll.
Okay. As you start to go over, you coronal shift and reroll.
And that's a 16.
16. As you start, were you good?
18.
You were good. You turn into a shark. You, what do you do?
Turn into a dragon.
You turn in, you start to and fly away. And
Oh, I'm not flying away.
oh no, you fly up anyway,
Yeah.
right? And Olak, as you start to fall,
Yeah, I cast Fairy Fall so I don't slam into the water or the deck from as high up as I am.
you delicately fall down into the water. I guess this is
Ruckus hits the water, then turns into a shark. He's out of sight.
okay.
Cold.
Minor correction.
All right.
And the Remorhaz, what do they do?
They're busy eating.
Well, now there's something out of the water.
Your attention is not on the Remorhaz.
That's true.
So, Ola, so you, Ruckus,
they're running.
take 7 points of damage as you smack the water. And the frigid, icy water takes your breath. And you get the sense that even as a shark, you don't want to be in this water any longer than you have to.
Okay. Did you say 7?
7 points of
Bludgeoning.
Okay.
Is that from the cold or from the fall?
it's from the smack on the water.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what Feather Fall was hopefully to negate.
Yeah, I called it 20 feet, 2d6, and I rolled it for him. That's what you saved.
Yeah. Wear shark rather than shark. Just in case it matters.
Okay, so but you smack the water and
Yeah.
you start to sink under, and
then
you
transform. Yeah.
and you transform. So I think it's time to roll initiative.
Not that one.
Terrible 6. I have to use my chronal shift.
That's better.
All right, Katota,
11.
Gloin, Strider,
8.
Scorpion. 18.
18, Varinka, you had a 6.
Yes.
Ruckus?
18. With a +2 on initiative.
And
Do we have to fight this thing?
It's got our ship.
Grabbing
gonna
onto the ship.
Tear the
so-
ship apart if we don't.
so who am I missing?
Let's
I
just
heard
start
I got
talking.
told. Can't we just?
20 unnatural.
You can try it. Communicate with it. I don't think that's a good idea.
Olak, you've just smacked the water. Not smacked. You've just floated to the water, and not too far from you is this 10-foot diameter tentacle.
Yeah. So,
And you
first
get
things first.
well. First of all, as you submerge into the water, it takes your breath away, as it is, right at freezing temperature.
Yeah, so if I can take a breath in, so I can do a verbal component, I'd like to Misty step back onto the ship.
That's a great idea. I don't like it when I select a range to do the sort largest to smallest, and it decides all of a sudden I have a header row.
I will say this because I know Ken is a stickler for details, but is Misty Step line of sight?
Oh, that's a good question. Hold on.
You point to a spot above the deck.
Well, there's ice there that he could see.
Oh, well, that could be a choice.
It seems like
Okay,
fortunate.
good
No,
one.
30 feet to an unoccupied space that I can see, so I don't think I have to teleport myself on the ground.
Okay, so you teleport yourself to a spot above the deck.
That's not too high.
Yeah.
All right, and well, to see past the railing and up, you're probably 10 feet in the air anyway.
That seems like a worthwhile sacrifice to make.
And I rolled a 5 on the 1d6 for 5 points bludgeoning damage as you fall to the deck.
Well, does the
Alright.
fairy
Yeah,
fall
is-
still in effect?
Yeah, is Featherfall a...
No, that would have ended when I hit the water.
Okay.
If I'd been smart about it, I should have, extended its range to hit all of you guys, but,
But now you are soaked in 40-degree water. All right,
Fair.
you're not comfortable, right?
Yeah, so if it's like I'm gonna start taking damage from that, then I'll use my action to what's it called? Doff my armor?
Oh,
one where you get rid of it?
I don't think I'm going to go there because you've taken yourself out of the water and your 40 degrees is warmer. You're just not comfortable. You're not taking damage.
Okay.
The were shark, on the other hand, as you swim through the water, you're not enjoying this. All right. But it's not your turn either. So we're still with Olak. You did your Misty Step. You're prone on the ground. You took your 5 points of damage. So
Yeah, I'll stand up with my movement. And then try to get to the edge also.
yeah, you stand up, get to the edge, no problem. The tentacles are kind of wrapping it around the front of the ship. As you look over, you can see the shadow of a larger creature underneath the water. Somewhere from behind is, "Give your tribute!" And that an agreement. Yes, give your tribute. Give something of great value. Quick, before it destroys your ship.
Oh, someone's calling to us.
Olak, you still have an action.
Yeah. Do not have anything of worthwhile. Do I still have the Tomastrad? I thought someone else had that.
No, we gave the Tomastrad to the
Dragon.
dragon.
Well, he's got the bag
Yeah,
of
okay,
holding
that's what I
there,
thought.
doesn't
Alright. It's
Yes, you should
no
throw your
longer
bag of
my-
holding
he?
in.
No, but he's got whatever's in the bag.
Crap ton of gold right
I'm not
now.
giving my robot away.
Better hurry up. 'Cause
That might qualify.
You can make another.
Maybe.
Magrethsar will not relent until we give.
but it will die.
It could happen.
Remorhaz is a large creature.
Yeah, huge.
Look at that compared to that.
Oh, it's gonna take a while.
Okay, so here's a question.
I
For the
love your
DM. Based on
optimism.
the stories we heard,
Meanwhile, our ship goes down. No,
All right, hold on.
would this be
Hold
something
on, hold on,
we could
hold
try
on.
to pull a fast one on?
I don't think so, because his recognition of treasure has got to be better than just visual.
Well, I'm not saying it's fake treasure, but it might become fake later.
Elaborate.
Well,
Well, so my sword is magical, but only because I make it magical.
okay. You throw your...
Throw your sword out.
That's what I'm thinking.
Well, I think that's enough to roll on the fate chart.
Okay, yeah, we'll go for it.
You hear him say that, and you say, you look at your sword, and you wonder, and you just throw it into the sea in the direction of the shadow.
Yeah, well, nicely, like try to make it flat, so it's not like I'm trying to stab it.
You're not throwing a dagger into a tree. You're
Yeah,
tossing it out in the water, trying to give this homage. And so, will Magrethsar take that as... I gotta tell you, I'm unsure, right? Because he's dealt with a lot of treasure, and is a +1 sword enough? And...
well, it's
good.
hold on, it does require attunement. It's got something special. It's a radiant weapon.
A radiant weapon on top of that, good enough?
Yeah, so it's a +1, and then I can bonus action to activate or deactivate shedding light.
Okay, I'm going
And
to bump
I can
that up.
extend a charge.
Based on
to-
it's more than just a +1, I'm going to bump that up from unsure to likely.
It's shining
Yay!
light.
And,
It's shiny.
and so let's see if that's good enough.
I've used my bonus action. I don't think I can make it.
No! It lands in the water, and you sense that maybe he's pulled back a little, and for the moment, but then as he contemplates it, and you hear this almost psychic like sense of it wants more.
All right, well, that's the best I got.
Yeah. Anything else in your turn? I think that's a pretty good turn for you.
Yep.
Strider?
Yep.
I'm sorry. Strider or Ruckus? Who has the better?
We were both 18, so
and +2 on my initiative. What's your...
What's your
Plus two
modifier?
also.
I have Strider first because S becomes before R. That's not right, but it is for the sword.
All right.
When I sorted, Strider came first.
Alrighty. Man, do we really?
Okay, you're not ready. Ruckus is ready.
Okay.
Go for it.
Is there... So I'm in the water. I'm looking for a way to get back on the ship.
Yeah.
So is there
Undetected.
a ladder or something?
Yeah, there's
down low
some
enough?
nets along the side that they're probably just a couple feet above the water that you could grab.
And I can swim 30 feet, so I could get a little bit of
Sure.
momentum going. Okay. So for my movement, I will swim 30 feet and...
Well, and
Get
you
on-
grab onto
grab
that
onto
in your
whatever.
wereshark form. Too late. I mean,
fine. Well, yeah, because like Ruckus can't swim that well.
right.
So
I mean,
Yeah.
once you get there, you can use your bonus action to switch back.
okay,
Sound like they're probably looking over the side.
Exactly. They're all focused on the crowd.
yeah,
Right.
okay,
I think you're good.
all right. Then, and my,
Although the rumors are going because two of them did see you,
yeah.
but they didn't see you directly, so it's just a rumor.
Why is it picking now to lock up? Come on.
You're on deck, right, Strider?
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Okay, now I can see the Kraken. Yes.
You can see the tentacles of the Kraken. Or who said this was a Kraken? No one said this was a Kraken.
What I'm calling it.
a great sea beast, Magrethsar, or whatever I called it.
It is a creature I can see.
You can see its tentacles, yes.
The target needs to do a Wisdom failing throw.
Okay. 2 on the die.
You're paralyzed for up to a minute.
Yeah. And as it feels the paralysis go, it chooses to pass the saving throw.
That sucks.
Sure enough.
I mean, this is no... This,
Okay.
This is a legendary level type creature. Maybe the tentacle closer kind of stiffens up a little and falls back in the water, but you sense the boat is still rocking, and it's not happy.
Okay, my bonus actions, I'm turned back into Ruckus.
Bonus action, and I think that's good for you.
Okay.
Strider, we're to you.
Right.
Give it something valuable! Give your homage! Quick! Before it breaks the ship down!
What does this do?
Fine. You know what? We're not going to need that. Right? Are we really going to need this? No.
On the go.
No, I'm not giving him my goats. Are you kidding me? The hell I went through to get my goat stuff?
He went on huge treasure and he was like a little figurine.
Cripes. I don't
Give him the goat.
I'm not giving him the goat.
Give the goat to the goat.
I'm not doing it.
Throw Ruckus over!
We already tried that.
3, 2.
What do you got?
Potion of invisibility goes over the rail.
Potion of
Now there's invisible Kraken eating the boat.
Deal with it, folks, because that's what I'm willing to give up.
Magrethsar just
Now, on the one hand,
Didn't say he was going to drink it. Just said to give it to him.
on the one hand, had the team just done that, I would have moved it from likely to very likely. But since we tried to paralyze it also, I'm going to keep it at likely.
That it'll accept.
Yeah, all right. So we're going to say likely, good enough. Chaos Factor, though, is we're going to bump that up. And we're going to send it to chat. Let's see what happens. Yes. Yes. So between the sword and the potion of invisibility, despite the attempt to give it paralysis, it seems to have slunk back into the water, and its shadow fades.
when the Hulk jumps in the water. Smash.
I had nothing valuable to give it, so I'm
Neither
going
did I.
to hit it with
Actually, I had the
claws,
potion of
bite,
invisibility,
and
but I didn't
fire.
Do you not
That's
have the bow?
You do.
The
yeah.
magic bow?
Yeah, the magic bow.
Bow of
You
fireball.
think he would give a shit about a bow of
Oh, it gave a shit about a potion of invisibility.
Yeah, I wouldn't have thought the potion of invisibility would have.
I'm looking at that. Okay. I'd rather attack.
And
A creature the size of a ship.
I was going to say, there was no way we were going to beat that thing.
I would land on it and I start chewing on it.
Save it for the centipede.
The sucker is like this big, and you're.
Yeah, so I mean,
Hello, beastie.
Yeah.
you see those Eskimo-like creatures off to the side. They're pedaling away as fast as they can.
What about the Remorhaz?
The Remorhaz, they have burrowed back underneath the ground.
Oh, they're gone. Okay. We'll get them on the way back. Not a problem.
We're so busy arguing about how we should attack them. Maybe,
That was a nice distraction.
let them escape.
Well, that was kind of terrifying as they just started coming towards the boat.
Oh. All right. So that was a nice random encounter. You travel for another.
I told you.
What?
He's going to kill us.
Nah, he didn't kill us.
We didn't even
Oh,
take any
just
damage.
crashes into the
Wow,
iceberg.
he did.
You come to a
I think
point.
it's reinforced.
You swing around.
Tokyo Drift.
Yeah.
Oh, and then we ran over some.
Yeah, I mean,
dolphins. What's that?
you see off at some point during that voyage, you see one of those black whales chasing a school of seals.
Go get him, brother.
As they
He
as
just
they
easily get you.
as
Seals
they
are
come
popping.
as
Yeah,
they're kind of
yeah, but I'm
going
looking for the shark, man. Yeah.
as they're coming right at you, and the seals go way down, and they can see that they go underneath your ship, trying to get away from this whale. And as they come up from the other side,
Do we bludgeon the whale?
The bludgeon goes deep underneath as well.
I'm just asking. Those are not small. That's a killer whale.
It's a,
They're big.
they're big. They're, like I
It is
said,
a shark. That's my cousin.
they're as
Be
big
nice.
as your rowboat for sure.
It's a mammal. It's not your cousin.
It's a shark.
It's
No, it's a whale.
It's a whale.
No, killer whale is a misnomer. They're whale killers.
Yeah, but it's still a mammal. It's not a fish.
Okay.
They belong to the dolphin family.
Well, I'm kind of both. So
yeah,
Well, you're a shark.
I guess your cousins then. Mammal,
So,
half mammal, half
You
shark.
watch as the school of seals
Big
jump
beastie.
up on the iceberg, and one of them gets caught and dragged under by the shark, the killer whale.
You gotta love nature. Cycle of life.
And so we'll say, what was her name? This one. Laneya says, this is as far as we'll get in this big sailing ship of yours. If we want to get further, we will need to get on the rowboats.
I've got an extra rowboat.
but you brought one?
Yeah. It's under my robe.
What, don't you have one? Don't you all have
You got
your
it.
own rowboats?
Emergency inflatable one?
Get to shore. He's like,
What are you talking about?
In a way, yeah, I kind of do.
And so, as you talk about this, I mean, do you tell the captain will come to you? Yes, we are not going to get down that small channel in this boat. I assume you value this boat well enough
Indeed.
And this is to get us to the...
To the dragon.
The
to
dragon's
the
lair?
large. If you look, you can see the peak on the horizon. You see that peak? That is Oyaviggaton. That is where we're headed.
Do we really want to go there?
Do we have a choice?
It's our best lead, I guess.
Yeah. Someone better be sweet talking really good.
When we get to the
Is
chick.
Sweet talk the dragon.
No, the chick. Maccath. That's who we need.
Well,
Assuming
Well,
we find her.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're going
that's
to the
right.
dragon's lair just because
Well.
she was interested in dragons.
Right.
We don't know who we're going to run into first.
Fair point.
So one rowboat will fit 6 people.
Do we need
but,
another one?
but if you want to take the guide, well, we have 2. The ship has 2.
Well, we might need a third, so Ta will.
Well, you might save it in case one of the 2 get destroyed.
Fair enough.
So there's the 6 of us.
And
We're
2
taking the 2 guides.
You're going to take both the guides.
And anybody else?
no.
A couple of red
Shouldn't we
shirts?
leave one of the guys with the ship?
Couple of red shirts.
Olak asks.
Somebody just stay with the boat.
In Star Trek, the guys in the red shirts always die first.
Right.
Olak asks, do you really want to take both, or do you want to leave one with the ship?
Yeah.
I think we take both, and we leave a guide in each ship, and
In each rowboat.
at least one crew member per boat, so that they can watch the boat. The 2 of them can stay there and watch the boat.
There you go.
Watch the boats.
As long as we trust them not to
So
chicken out.
how many is that? So that's 3.
Or get eaten by Remorhaz.
What's that, like 5 per
Or
rowboat?
polar bear.
Yeah.
Or just about anything
Well,
else
so
out
there's
here.
there's the 6 of us, 2 guides, and 2 other dudes.
Right,
So
so that puts us
10,
That's
5 per.
Yeah, okay.
And I think rowboats fit 6.
right. That's what he said.
So
These are big long boats. These are,
They're big rowboats.
yeah,
And so this one rowboat is just representing
both of us.
both of them as you row your way through the channel.
Can't click and copy, make 2.
I
There's a lot
could,
of
but then
movement.
I could.
Then he has to move them both.
Row, row, row your boat.
Knowing the damage I
Gently through
think
the
that you're going to do
birds.
to us over the next few weeks, I'm going to take
I
you
see,
all
I
like...
see, I see, I see.
Don't agitate.
You fit your way through, and there's your first decision. Do we go north or do we continue south?
North.
Whichever way she said.
south.
Yeah.
Which
I guess whichever one.
She said.
She says south. He says north.
We're gonna go with her.
We'll go with her.
Let's split the party.
Yeah.
You want to split the party? Katota wants to split the party.
Wrong.
Accelerate that TPK.
Yeah, you go north, we go south.
You all go south.
Wait,
Divine
I
color.
thought we said north. Oh,
No.
oh she said south.
Yeah, we're going with the gal on this one.
There's more room in that passage than the other one.
That too.
She looked down this way and she says, let's continue straight. That looks a little tight.
Yeah, really.
The walls, you suck your oars in to get through this little channel. They say the white beast pops the head out and sucks the innards from their body.
Not helping. Swell.
Good to know.
The white beast being the dragon.
No,
Did you order pizza?
you don't or anything. I better check it. Could be the neighbor for some reason.
Quick, while DM's away.
Strategize.
So
Level up, level
Does
up,
anyone
level
have
up.
a
Change the map.
Does anyone have a spare sword?
I do.
There's one at the bottom of the ocean.
I have a great sword and I have a long sword you can have. I can give you the +1 long sword.
Ooh, that's actually tempting.
I have the
Because
glaive.
then I
so-
don't have to make it a +1 of my own. Yeah.
Alright, so
I'll
you want
take
that?
that.
Alright.
Ooh, and I can get a shield.
Do you need a shield or
No, I don't have one right now, but I was using a two-handed weapon.
The neighbor kid wanted to know if Ben and Tim were here.
oh,
Saw the cars and
nice.
anyway.
So it's just a +1 longsword.
Yes.
Right.
I like me huge maps for some reason.
Yeah, I can't even zoom out fully on this map. It took me forever to find you.
Do you need a second longsword while you're waiting for a shield?
No,
Okay.
I don't think I could make use of that.
Squeezing through.
I'll just use a two-handed to begin with.
Well, my point is you can make it another +1 longsword.
Oh, and then have two. Oh. I mean, sure, I'll take it. I'll probably just stick with the one longsword for now.
Okay.
I'll have to figure out if I can use two or not.
Occasionally, as you go, you probably see some more of those hunters, and they just stand and watch stoically.
No more centipedes.
I could roll for it if you want.
Say your name.
Gloin really wants you to.
Oh, there's some sort of structure, some sort of ruin.
Some sort of lookout, watchtower.
But she's starting to see structures.
What is that?
It's like an igloo.
It's no igloo I've ever seen.
That's a Death Star.
I've never seen an igloo before. That's no moon.
It's a space station.
It's no iceberg.
Testing something out, ignore that.
And finally, you start to see wooden structures. And she says, "This is the village of Oyaviggaton. The ice hunters are the eyes and ears of Arauthator. He will certainly be made aware of your presence. If he is here."
Is it worth trying to talk to these hunters?
See if they've seen her.
Yes.
Maybe she's living with them.
I don't know.
I'm going to say, first, they speak their own dialect, but you're in luck. I speak their language. And how about you, Kolvar? Do you speak their language?
Never needed to.
I can sometimes understand a little bit what they're saying. All right, so you pull up to a dock. And let's see here. And you see a bunch of indigenous people, dogs barking, running up and down. You know, like dogs do in their yard, and they just barking at you as strangers have come to town. And
I am trying to figure out what that building is.
Yeah, well, so am I. I'm not going to read it out too much.
It's their satellite dish.
Yeah.
Could be like a temple or a shrine.
Dogs.
Their sacrifice pit.
These are dogs.
I have 5+5 animal handling.
You'll find
Hi,
plenty of
doggy,
bugs.
doggy, doggy.
But you don't have
plenty of bugs
proficiency
down
in
there.
it.
No, but
Ta is going to cast tongues and twin it.
Nice.
So on himself and then on
Ruckus.
Ruckus.
Okay. So I just.
Yeah, let me read it for you. The spell grants the creature you touch the ability to understand any spoken language it hears. So you can understand any language you hear. Moreover, when the target speaks, any creature that knows at least one language and can hear the target understands what it says.
Okay.
So you can't speak their language, but they can understand you when you're speaking.
And if they're speaking, I can understand them.
Yes.
Yes. First and foremost.
And
turn on your charm.
yeah, I'm just trying to remember if we've done this trick before.
No.
Okay. Well, so you might lean over and tell me what's going on, so I at least.
Fair enough. Yes, I would tell you.
So I stuck a babblefish in your ear. Just run with it.
You start to get off the boat.
And it lasts for an hour.
Okay.
And
One way or another. That's all you're probably going to need.
all right.
They're going to be dead. Or...
So you have a number of these ice hunters with their wimpy-looking bows. There is a particularly muscular-looking one, and one that looks very authoritative. And they step up, and then they kind of are standing and looking at you as you walk up, staring, not talking. Dogs barking. You can see them. Other ones kind of pulling the dogs back. They're like, they're not threatening you, but they're not exactly happy to see you, and they're kind of blocking your path off of the dock.
So I might start with Great Hunters, forgive our intrusion into your hunting lands. We mean you no ill will. In fact, I might take out the dagger I have and just holding it like sideways so it's not threatening, say we'd offer you a small token.
And Tal would be at the front as well and would say, we're merely in search of a comrade.
I'm sure he would have gotten there eventually.
Yes, we are.
Do you have high charisma too?
Hmm?
Oh God. Turn on the charm, guys.
He's
I have
working
a
on it.
+7.
He's the Murdoch. All right, he's charming, but he's crazy.
Yeah.
But his is +9.
He must have bumped it. I think we were.
You hold out the knife, and this one looks over to one of the females, and she walks up, looks at the knife, and takes the knife, and kind of walks away looking at it.
And we said we are seeking a wise woman with skin the color of fire and pointy ears
Horns.
and she had yes,
Horns,
The
a tail.
and a tail that we were told traveled this way.
Might you know where she is?
And yes, so we're seeking her and wondering if you have seen her, if you know where we could find her, that we might seek her counsel.
We have heard that nobody walks these lands without your knowledge.
And he for a strong 30 seconds, he looks at you almost like you don't know if your spell took effect or he comprehends it.
What spell? Oh,
The tongues.
okay.
And
Like, I'm saying a lot of stuff, but is it getting through? You understand the words?
They're coming out of my mouth.
and he looks over to the female with the headgear, and says blah 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 blah.
I thought we were supposed to be able to understand them too.
Do you understand them?
They have
We can.
tongues.
It says, "It's not safe for you. Go, leave, before you awaken." I keep forgetting.
Arauthator.
Arauthator is the him, her, him. Before
Well,
you,
don't ask me.
before you awaken him.
Yes, we are aware that the great dragon oversees these lands, but we were hoping maybe you had seen this wise woman we're seeking.
Not safe.
We are concerned she might have gone to visit him.
You must go. I need a charisma check. It'd be a persuasion.
From one or both.
I'll give one or both or advantage.
What's your modifier?
Are we in persuasion?
Persuasion.
And I will come up to Ruckus and I will hand you a great sword to sweeten the pot with him. Will that give him advantage?
Well,
Yeah.
So okay.
We've already got,
So
we've already got
so
the two of us. We've already potentially
Yeah.
got advantage.
so I got a +6.
Okay, I have +7.
Okay.
You were +9 on charisma.
Yeah, but he said persuasion.
This is persuasion.
So okay, so you got to sort of say, you
So
know,
I'll roll with advantage. Then?
yeah. So something to the effect of, you know, we really are seeking her, and if you could give us good information on her location, we could even make it more worthwhile for you.
Holy shit.
26.
Kazam.
And he looks left and right, and he sees his villagers starting to gather around. And he looks to, he says, "Look at death. Will you accept their challenge?" And without, he was just with a snarl, he gives a nod, and he says, the chief looks at you and he says, "If you can best our best, we'll give you passage." And they back off.
I'll give you a sword back. You might need this.
No, they took the sword.
Okay, good.
Oh. They took a sword and we still got to fight him?
Apparently.
Well, they were
Now
pretty
that's
adamant
what-
about getting rid of us.
No, they just told us to leave. Now
That's
it's
the
now,
best.
Getting rid of you, leave, yes.
now we got to fight the guy. Okay.
But now they're willing to give us passage if
Who's our best?
Is it
it's
Varinka?
me.
Okay. Okay. But
Okay.
Okay, Goliath. That's why we don't run into David.
I was assuming that was true, but
I don't. I
mean,
was
the-
just joking.
assuming we
glaive
don't
is
want to pull
pretty
a dragon
awesome.
on them or
And
something.
There's two of you.
Oh, I'd be more than
Dra-
happy to turn into a
dragon.
gold dragon. Yeah.
No, just freak
They might find the dragon to be cheating.
But if someone's got a buff,
And your point is?
They never said.
if
They
someone
did put conditions on it.
if someone's got a buff spell to give
Yeah.
No, there's
Varinka,
this just happened. You're walking up.
I know.
As he
Right, well-
walks up, somebody's going to reach in their pouch and pull out a potion.
No, buff,
No.
no buff spell.
Buff spell.
spell. I'd say
All
if
right.
someone can
All right, you have one action.
make him stronger or something. I don't
Gloin, do you do something?
No.
I don't think I have anything. to
Ruckus,
situation.
Strider,
I don't want them to know what I am.
Katota.
Yes, I have a spell. I just need to find it in my list. Enhance ability.
There it is.
What do you have to do enhance ability?
Uh,
Do you have to gesture? Do you have to speak?
yeah, I mean, there's VSM, so it's verbal, somatic, and material, but material doesn't matter. So yeah, it would be both. Do you want?
Oh yes, good. A prayer of good luck. Good.
Yes,
I'll
yeah.
just cover for him. Yes.
So, I mean, Verika, you step up in between them. I mean, you're probably already halfway up there because you just gave the sword. But you step
Right.
up there, and he takes off his big fur, and his chest is like steaming from the cool, glistening. And then he sees you and Katota do this little thing, and he looks back at the shaman, and she steps up and puts her hand on his chest.
Oh, crap.
And
They stole my idea.
So what did you do to me?
Well, I wanted to ask you what you wanted. Do you want temporary hit points and advantage on Constitution checks, or
Yes.
strength,
hang on.
Yeah.
or dexterity, charisma, intelligence, wisdom? You basically pick one of those.
I like the first one, but I do have.
I think the last three wouldn't really help you in battle.
Yeah, assuming this is just a...
So I think Bear's endurance, temporary hit points, and Constitution checks.
Yeah, I like that.
Probably
I'll
that.
throw a bless in there if you want.
Well,
That'd be good.
It gives you plus a D4 on your attack and saving throws.
There you go.
I'm not opposed to take any help. I don't want to.
Your time is running out,
Yeah.
right? You had one action to do stuff.
Yeah, you had your chance. I don't think.
I would
Yeah.
say this. In fairness, you were already
come
close
above.
together.
Yeah.
Whatever
I don't
he's
have
offering.
to touch him to do that. In the
Well, I
middle
hear
of
ya.
this, I
So-
can give it to him.
Get two.
It's your call.
Well, I'll let you roll.
So he's dropped his
Temporary
furs and his massive rippling chest muscles. He is taller than most, a head taller than most, but then again, so is Varinka, right?
I think it's their custom. You have to respond in kind.
Well,
I will drop the furs off.
but how about your armor?
Oh, did he drop his armor?
He has no armor, bare chested.
Well, I'm not gonna bare chest, but I will definitely doff my armor.
You take off your armor.
As that sexy strip in front of him.
Oh, so we're doing shirts and skins.
Put him
huh?
off
Okay.
his game.
All right, let me get one thing at a
Why?
time here.
Why would you
So,
give up your
Right.
armor?
Hey.
That's an honor thing.
temporaries? I got
Best versus best. Our best is when we're
I think you should
Armor.
bear your
tanked
chest.
up.
He said he did it. Brinka, you go to Ruckus and Katota and you say, help me with my chest plate, right?
eight chain.
Okay. Stupid, but okay.
And you take the moment, you take the minute, and you doff, right? Doff your armor, and you're down to your tunic, and
If you want to throw him off his game, you could go all the way.
You might get advantage.
I do give him the kind of like the little as I drop the chainmail.
You lean into it a little.
Well, come on, it's cold. Big hunky guy comes
Yeah.
off. He's steamy. It's got to be
Okay.
attractive, right?
yeah, sure. It works both ways. Oh, nat 20 on his. Would you like to roll your charisma check?
18 plus.
Very good. You're both well impressed with your physiques. And
We could just hug it out, We could not skip the fighting.
he's
You want to wrestle?
you can you can see that that there's a circle here, right, and a space open, and it's
What's his weapon?
nothing,
Oh, no weapon.
no weapons.
That's where the strength would have come in handy.
I have strength.
All right. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Okay.
And your turn.
So
You've doffed your armor, you've laid down your glaive.
yeah.
All right.
Well, I would have handed it to.
Yeah, it's safe.
Pick
It's
one.
just
Right.
back. You're not using it.
I would have handed it to Ty. I'll hand it to whoever's next.
Yeah, fine. But the point is,
Ty's crazy.
you're accepting the invitation to hand-to-hand combat.
And
Might disappear now.
Yes,
They are
I'll
gonna
step into a circle or whatever the arena.
Toe the line, gentlemen!
And
He's very much confused.
so blah, 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 blah. And they translate something to the effect of, this is a first of, we'll go in the rounds, and basically they're telling you you're each going to make your attacks, and the first one to be 3 up wins the bout.
And we would be translating for.
Right.
Right. Is this to, or just?
or whoever gives first.
Is it a situation?
I don't think
You
I
don't get
This
this.
is an uncle.
Yeah.
You don't get the sense this is to death. Now, doesn't mean if you took a punch and you died, you died.
Right.
All right.
This
So
is MMA tap out.
so your armor class without gear, is a base of 10, isn't it?
It depends.
I
It's
have
based on
plus
Constitution.
3.
Yeah, but then it's based on your dexterity.
Constitution, I think, right? Or
Ken, do you know?
I think it's you're just a fighter and wizard, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so it should just be 10 plus your dexterity modifier. But
That's
if
okay.
you can unequip your armor,
So it just
it should update for you.
And I
Yeah,
equip
you're
my
right, it is
shield.
Right. I'd imagine like a 13 without a shield then.
I am an 11.
You only have a plus
That's
1
not
dexterity?
10 plus 1 from your dexterity.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
That sounds right.
I was. Oh, yeah. Okay. It's. Yep.
Okay.
Is it dexterity or strength?
Dexterity. Looked it up.
Oh, I hate
Unless-
to say it, but it's only a 10. You still have the ring of protection.
Yes, I have a ring of protection. That's why it's 11.
Oh, that's
Okay.
not from the Barovia stuff?
Barovia stuff.
The ring of protection.
Ring of protection gives you a plus 1. What's your
Yes.
dexterity modifier?
0.
Yeah, so that's why. Okay.
yeah, make sure you take your rings of protection off.
Well, if I known this wasn't going to
No.
be a duel to the death,
Well,
I
the
would have
ring
taken
of
the
protection was the
temporary hit
bonus
points.
for having the tower on when we were
Oh.
fighting the vampires.
I won't need it.
Roll initiative.
So like that doesn't apply anymore because we're not Barovia.
19 plus.
She might have had a ring of
22?
protection beforehand.
So go ahead.
If that's what you had
That's,
added
I was gonna
for.
say some people. Put
So
it on
it's
to
just the
represent
first
that.
attack to
Yeah.
succeed?
Yeah.
First hit?
So it's really the
You
first
had a
one to
real ring of
miss,
protection,
right? So
obviously, the
if
top.
someone
First one that misses loses?
So you do a round. If you both hit, that's even. If you hit and he misses, you get plus 1. If he hits and you miss, he gets plus 1.
Okay.
I just dropped the dice. It's all the way over there, right?
And I'm using.
He got a 7. He
There-
did.
it's not it's not about damage. It's
No,
about a
it's
hit.
about hit.
All right, so I will hit him.
Oh, well. And
You swing, you make an attack.
Yes.
Yeah.
Roll.
And I'm going to do a shocking grasp just to intimidate him.
Okay?
So
Nice.
2d8, and that's 10 damage.
10 damage. And
Electrical.
you hit him, and the current just flows through, and you. And that's your
But
turn.
he stands there like a man.
And you hear him let out. His face turns all red, and then he swings at you with advantage.
With advantage.
So 16. Well, that beats
yeah,
your 11.
yeah.
So you both hit that time. Yeah. So it's back to your turn, but now you have advantage. You feel like his guard is let down. For some reason, you have advantage.
I cast.
That is a 20.
You hit.
Yeah.
And he swings back. And he hits. Let's just keep going. You're trading blows.
That's a hit.
How
And
distracted are the people watching this?
we're going to drop back down to 1 dice just
Okay.
to make it easier. 1 dice.
Ready?
I'm ready for 1 dice. All right.
That's 12 plus 7.
Yeah, we both
19.
hit. Miss.
17 again.
You're up 1.
All right. That's it's going to hit. It's 16.
You're up 2.
That is a 15.
We both hit.
Keeps rolling under there. That is a 19.
Now, are you 11?
Yeah.
All right. You win.
Woohoo!
But Olak, yes, as they're trading blows, everyone's focus seems to be on them. But if you want to give me, unless you don't care anymore, if you want to give me a perception check, I can tell you more.
How was getting
Yeah, I guess we'll do
He
that.
asked.
If it was going to look like Varinka was not doing well, I was going to try something.
Yeah.
Tal was writing it. Well, I was going to say, Tal was writing it as a spell in case
Yeah.
Varinka
Well,
lost.
the dice ruled, right? I mean, you rolled consistently well. He rolled a couple of low ones.
Yeah.
And so after trading blows, 10, 15 blows, finally he takes a knee. And that's when Barking Seal, the chief, steps up, puts his hand on his shoulder, and says, you've done enough. Fine.
Finish him.
And I would offer.
No,
my
it's,
hand
this
to
is
think
the,
about- I would offer my hand
this was an honorable bout, right?
and a hearty slap on the shoulder.
And he Hardy slapped back.
And just
And
remember, he
kind
got
of-
beat by a woman.
Yeah, we won't bring that
he lowers his head and
It's a good thing they can't understand you.
up. I'm a half giant, right?
And yeah, and they start to walk back, and then the female walks up, and not to Varinka necessarily, as you kind of fall back in the crowd, and Katota and Ruckus step forward again, and she says, "The woman you seek are in Arauthator's lair within this iceberg."
Of course they are.
She's hanging out with Arauthator? Or
Is she
just
still? Are they still
near
alive?
him?
Is this consensual?
He's too old for her.
And she says, "Come," and she leads you into her hut. The group of you, we should get out of. The prying eyes will watch. Too many people have seen already. By now, Arauthator certainly knows you are here. Are you sure you still want to proceed?
We want to speak with the tiefling, that is all. We don't mean any harm to the great dragon.
The tiefling is down in Arauthator's lair. She came years ago to study, and she has not left. We go down there and take supplies and provide food for Arauthator and his minions. For a word that means minions, right?
Is Arauthator so dangerous?
So by now you're in her hut.
Little yellow guys, right?
Little one eye.
You said minions.
Minions,
Little yellow guys.
you little yellow guys with one eye. It's funny you say that. They're not so little,
Potato.
and they're green, but okay.
Oh.
If Arauthator is so dangerous, then how is what's
Tiefling
her name?
lady?
Tiefling lady. How is she still alive? I guess. Like, what is her relationship to Arauthator?
I'm not certain why Arauthator permits her to stay.
And these minions you speak of, they are other dragons, some other type of creature?
There are a number of agents of Arauthator. You have the small kobolds. You have the large amphibious. And then you have the sea trolls, the crag.
And they all hang out with him on his mountain.
And she curls her foul within the mountain,
Okay.
underneath the tunnels, the lair, all throughout, underneath where we stand right now.
Well,
Okay. And you.
good news is there's tunnels.
But you and your hunting parties provide them food then.
Well, I'm sure that the great Arauthator can get any food he wants at any time.
But you do it as tribute to
him and
keep
his.
him
Yes.
favorable towards you. Okay.
Now, and she goes to a place and she reveals a trap door and lifts and two of Eskimos come and they stick a pole underneath this rod that's embedded in the ice, and they lift up, and this 5x5 chunk of ice raises out of the ground, revealing a hole. If you want this red woman that you speak of, she is down here.
This tunnel goes to where she is.
She is in the tunnels of Arauthator. This hole will take you to his lair.
Cool.
What's the check?
Insight.
Insight.
Insight check.
Insight
Yeah.
check.
Yeah.
Not sure that's cool.
A natural 20.
Yeah. You sense no deception in her. That this is absolutely a hole that takes you into his lair.
She's telling the truth.
And that she believes that Maccath is down there. She hasn't told you where, and she isn't saying right here is Maccath,
No,
right?
This is an entryway, which is great, and as opposed to walking up to the front door.
Volkar will say, "You're here now. I don't think you really need a guide from here. We will stay with the boat."
What about?
I'm good with that. I was going to say he should go back, and we'll just need Laneya.
Yeah, how about the guy that was actually useful?
Lena-
What did she want to do?
What did she say? You should say it in front of him.
Yeah.
Oh,
Actually, we're gonna switch that. Laneya's gonna say that because Kolvar's gonna say he want. I
wants
want
to find the
Yeah,
brother.
he want. I want to come because my brother's there. I hope you will let me come. And Laneya's gonna say, I think that we've gone. You can take Kolvar, and I will stay with the boat. Actually, I will stay with her.
Ovar, what's his name? The guy.
Kolvar.
Kolvar. Does your brother look a lot like you?
Almost identical.
Okay.
Because that'll be a lot easier on me.
So I'll
That's
ask.
all.
I will ask Shaman Lady. By the way, have you seen anyone that looks similar to this man
and,
come through? Or
and she'll
on
look
the
him up and
tunnel on the mountain.
And she'll say, I'm afraid not. Everyone that by the time she got to us, she was by herself. And Kolvar's like, still, certainly, sir, maybe they took him captive otherwise, and he's down there.
Are we willing to bring a
Oh, does the
wild
guy
card
want to
with
go
us?
with us?
Well, his brother
I mean,
could be
you
down
already
there.
bring
Yeah.
one wild card with you, so what's another?
Are you sure you want to go in there?
If there's a chance, my brother could be down there.
We're going to go see the dragon. Are you sure you want to go with us?
I thought you wanted to avoid the dragon, if at all possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going into his
I'm
lair.
with you on that.
All right.
But we are going to his lair.
All right.
I understand, but we must find my brother.
And we must
Yeah.
be quiet and not do anything stupid. That is also important.
But you're bringing him.
We're used to him.
So are we
We're
agreed?
used
the
to
devil
his,
we know.
We're used to his brand of stupid.
I think we can be agreed that we're not coming back this way, right?
Uh,
More than likely, if we were
I
to
don't
come this
know.
way, it'd be probably running.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right? We're going to be running out of that place.
Well, how the hell else are we gonna get out of there?
Let's just be real about it.
Yeah,
We're
we
going
don't
to be
know
running out
what
of it.
other entrances there are.
Yeah, but we got the boats are here.
Right. No, I'm with you. I'm trying
Well,
to.
No, but
if
he
we're
said
running-
we're not coming back this way. I
He's
think
Right,
after
that's
us.
right. No,
and
I'm
both
So
won't
do
make
we
any
send the boats
difference.
back to the large ship?
That's
and
true. I
we'll
mean,
leave
if we're
back
running
there?
away, I mean,
hell no.
we're
No,
going to
we
be out
leave
in
the
the
boats
open in
here.
Let her
boats.
stay here.
Because
Well,
if we come back here, Arauthator is going to kill all of these people.
I don't think the dragon's going to follow us through this little tunnel.
I don't think the dragon needs a tunnel.
Right. There's probably
Yeah.
another out.
But no,
I think if we get on the bad side of Arauthator, it's
too late.
It's too late. It's over.
no. But again, but assuming we find Tiefling Lady and we want to come back this way to
I'm
the
thinking
boats to the
exit
big boat.
strategy.
Yeah,
And yes, assuming all went well, we would come back this way.
yeah.
But
If
I
all
don't think
doesn't
that's-
go,
So
go
I think
well,
our
in
rowboats
reality,
just-
that's not going to happen.
if all
It's a
doesn't
low
go
likelihood.
well, it doesn't matter.
Right.
And do we want our
'Cause
boat
we're
to be
all
sitting
dead.
here for
So-
a day or two?
Yes.
Yeah.
I want to be here when we come back.
Well,
Let her practice her
We have
language
other
with
options.
these people. I mean, she knows them.
All right. What's that?
we have other options.
Uh,
How much can I? I'm not a young dragon, so I can carry.
Gloin has another option. Gloin
You could
Well,
carry
I could carry.
1 easily, 2 not easily.
Well,
With my strength.
I could wild shape and maybe get
And you can fly yourself.
or
Here's Gloin carrying us. Here's Arauthator.
I would like the rowboat.
Regardless, we're gonna be dead.
I want the rowboat to stay here so we have this option to come
That's
back.
fine.
the
Both
way-
rowboats.
yes.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Motion's made and seconded.
So a large dragon can't carry more than one person.
So
It's
the only
based on your
thinking-
strength.
I want to be
So-
thinking about our exit strategy. That's
23.
Yeah, so you can carry. There's a formula there. You can carry 2 people not easily.
Okay, never mind.
There's cumbersome,
I mean, how many can you carry?
Yes.
cumbersomeness as well as
If-
weight.
drag.
So yeah, I would think our guide lady might want to stay here because she knows their language.
And our two crewmen.
Our
Maybe
2
I should
randos,
turn
if
into
they
a
really
dragon.
want to go back,
My persuasion's plus
the
9.
3 of them go back and she could come back
Ah,
here.
that's
with
where
the
your
boat.
+9 is from.
But we're not
So
really.
you might
Okay.
have scared them.
That's the plan.
What's the plan?
We're gonna
Rowboat
go down
stay
the
here.
Yes.
tunnel. The boat stay here.
You go down the tunnel. Who's the first to go down the tunnel?
Red shirt.
Ta.
There are no rich.
He jumps down.
Kolvar.
Kolvar.
No, actually,
You
no,
know,
we
too
don't-
late. He jumped down.
Oh, crap.
Ta will run after him.
He's
Yeah.
all of a sudden brave.
Wait, I'm the wild card. Don't take my spot.
Katota went. Who's next? Gloin.
I'll pick up the rear.
Okay.
Who's next?
Sure, send Ruckus.
Ruckus.
That's Olak.
Olak. All right. Oh, who's next? After Ruckus.
Strider.
Strider. Next. Olak. Last. Varinka.
This is a narrow one lane passage.
As you come down, you step away. The next person comes. It's kind of like an ice slide, right?
Yeah,
It spirals down and you land and you walk up and the first thing you see is another one of those ice hunters kind of amongst some stuff, right? And he's sniffling.
This is down in the tunnel.
So the gray here is ice walls.
it's the monkeypox.
And just as let's say Varinka, you come down, you probably don't notice, but Katota, as you kind of walk out in here, you hear something shuffling off to the north. And you look back and you see this large amphibious creature sliding away.
So this is kind of all an underground.
Oh
chamber?
yeah. So it's kind of like a frosted glass, right? They have this glow of blue as light shines through the ice.
What the Sam hell is that?
Well, you could ask Mr. Sniffles here.
Go ask it.
Kolvar. What is that?
They are the tunnel makers.
Let's see. The chamber is empty except for 3 bundles of rolled up sealskins sitting where the ladder descends. Shoot above to approximately the center of the room. Additionally, a bed of piled up furs has been arranged in the southeast corner, from which the sound of a loud coughing can be heard. That's this guy. All right, and I mean he's coughing, and he sees you, and he kind of pushes up back amongst the refuse and kind of just like trying to keep away. And he kind of.
So see if the tongue is still working. I could just say, "Relax, friend."
How long's tongues last?
An hour.
Okay,
Probably.
relax, friend. We mean you no harm.
If there's a random guy in the dragon's tunnels.
Which way to Arauthator's?
And it's a crab night.
Take me to the volcano.
And he's just kind of he's cowering and.
Sorry, we're. What, did we all see the thing? Did we all see the creature slumping off?
No, I would say Gloin, Kotota did for sure because they're the first couple.
Okay.
Why are you down here?
And he's just kind of trembling and doesn't really want to talk.
Very well.
And he's got like pushing his hand back, like keep away. He's not said anything yet.
Yeah, I mean we're not going close.
Let's say Gloin, Katota, Ruckus, give me a medicine check.
Social distance.
Are they the closest?
11.
Yeah, they're the these four right here, right?
Oh, okay. 'Cause
11.
3.
And I am
my medicine.
I am proficient.
Nat
Yeah, me
20.
too.
Nat 20. Gloin, you see that his face is unusually pale, even for their kind, and maybe flushed red. And you look back and you say, I mean, he's not well. You feel like you should keep your distance.
Yeah. He's not well. Don't get too close to him.
Do you
Okay.
try to heal him, Mr. Cleric?
Yeah.
Sure. I could waste a first level spell on something that doesn't mean anything to us.
Could be
But I am a cleric who's supposed to care about things.
He
That's
could be
why
a-
I was asking.
He could be a guide for us. Too.
And Strider could as well, if it would help.
Oh,
You can give him a cheap potion.
actually, I have
deadpan. on that.
proficiency.
Yeah.
Yeah, cleric that
Plus
cares
9,
about
so
stuff.
it's out.
Yeah.
Well, before
He
that,
seems
sarcastic,
sick, and by his hacking, you think he might be contagious.
Okay.
Well, to cure wounds, I have to touch him.
And you feel like cure wounds would give him some vitality back, but it's going to take something like a lesser restoration, to cure his disease.
Really?
He's got the Rona.
So that's a level
The
2
art
spell. And I still have to touch him.
If he dies, he dies.
I could, yeah, I have a thing there. I can make touch spells be 30 feet
One
away, but that only
disease,
works
or,
on me.
so it might be disease. So 29, I mean, that was...
Yeah, you're pretty sure this is not going to be cured by cure wounds.
Okay.
This is going to be at least a lesser restoration.
So I'm going to put on my gloves.
And a face mask. And a shield.
Gauntlets of healing.
And I'm going to walk
Big
up
medieval man.
to him. He's cowering, right?
And as you close, he's...
He means you no harm. He will help give you aid, is what Ta would say.
Yeah.
Persuasion with advantage.
$11.
11. And he just keeps pushing himself back further and further as
But you
you.
can only go so far, right?
Well, pretty much. He's kind of backed into a corner.
Right.
So you keep persist and you persist and persist,
Yeah.
and as you get close, he just kind of curls up into a ball,
Yeah.
and you lay hands on him,
Yeah.
and you cast your spell, and his trembling subsides. Right?
Did it go?
Can you cast lesser restoration?
Yes.
And he looks up at you with like confusion, and just curls up in a ball and kind of rocks back and forth on the ground. He seems like your restoration helped, right? But he's freaked out, doesn't know what happened, but he is feeling better. He's just
Okay. That's the most that I can do.
Stand up, my child. You are healed.
it's like he's rolled himself up in a ball and he's just
Trying to absorb
Okay.
what just happened.
and isolate himself from the world.
Does not want to communicate with us. Okay.
Moving on.
Yep.
And then Kolvar says, he obviously doesn't want to help us. Come on, we must find my brother.
There it is.
Mr. Insensitive.
Yeah, this guy's,
Did you see that
He's on a
beast?
mission.
this guy's gonna get us all killed.
He's gonna get himself.
We probably shouldn't go
Yeah.
that way. I would hate to face that, whatever that thing was. Let's go the other way.
Other choices? We zoom out, please.
No, you may not.
Well, what? Okay. Well,
There's a corridor to the south,
and there's one
to the north.
northeast.
The monster thing went to the north.
It looks
Can you
like.
show us the path that leads?
No, it went
to the
north.
dragon thing?
Yeah, but there's another north. It looks like.
There's
It's
no.
No, it's just a corridor.
Okay, dude, that's
All right.
all right.
And he starts heading south.
Okay.
Yeah, guess we follow.
Bold China shop. All right.
We don't-
Katota jumps behind him. Ruckus.
cautiously behind him, not like. Give him like 10 feet.
He runs up. He goes up to here.
Falls down an ice chute or something.
He comes to here and he looks back at you guys, waiting for you to fall.
Oh,
Follow.
yeah, not fall. Fall.
Follow.
It's a little slippery in here.
Oh, absolutely. You notice that the ground is ice, and if you try to make a quick move, it would probably require some sort of dexterity check.
Golf cleats.
Yeah, would probably keep like 10 or 15 feet behind him.
Well, he waits for you to catch up.
Right, yeah, I mean, we'd be, following him, but not like,
Golf cleats, darn.
not 5 feet behind him.
I put on my
That's what I'm
clip-ons.
saying, yeah.
Yeah, with metal. Yeah.
You're saying that, but he's waiting for you to catch up.
Right.
They don't make those anymore.
But we want to make sure that, like, when he triggers the traps and, triggers the fireball,
He
that
looks into
we're
that
not
room.
caught in it as well.
Supplies that the villagers provide are piled up in the center of this room. Mostly dried and frozen fish, whale, seal, walrus, giant squid, plus furs that seem to be fashioned into protective clothing, fish organs, shells, bones, soft stone, and other sundries are stored similar quantities and are used by the creatures that call this home. So this seems to be a storage area. And he looks away and he says, "Come on." And he comes this way. And he points, as Olak, as you come around, he kind of points for you to go the other way around.
All right.
That's exactly what he's doing, yeah.
Ruckus, I'm putting you behind Katota.
Okay.
And Gloin, do you want to follow Ruckus or do you want to follow Katota?
Keep an eye on the wild child.
All right. You follow him around.
The three responsible people are together.
Hey. Resemble that remark?
Are you calling me irresponsible?
Well, really, Olak and Gloin should switch probably if we're going responsible and irresponsible. But
So he looks up this passageway and he sees another pile of junk that looks somewhat similar to this, and he decides that he looks at Katota, like if he's, and he dashes across,
Yeah.
and he looks at you and he says,
And peer around, and I would go to follow.
and he wants to go south.
Yeah, I would go to follow him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and so
Because if we go down that pathway now, we're gonna split the party.
yeah. All right.
As fun as that sounds, it's a little early for it.
As you come around the pile of junk, doesn't seem to be anything here. As you look into the next room, there seems to be a hole in the ground.
Hello?
I don't think we want to
6. The chamber feels far colder as you come to that. The air in this chamber seems much colder than the areas of the ice caves that you've been in so far. The cold issues from a yawning pit in the floor that twists down this into darkness as he steps up, down, and look. And Olak, you're kind of keeping pace, and so is Varinka.
It's
Right.
funny you would say that, Gloin, because I was thinking the opposite.
What? We need to go down the hole?
And Glenn said, I don't think we should go down the hole.
Well, especially if there's water in it.
Let's see. Let's make sure.
It's a very common.
I didn't finish reading it. The yawning pit in the floor that twists down into darkness, above which a heavy iron hook is anchored into the ice of the ceiling, as if something was going to be lowered down in there. A 5-foot wide walkway extends around both sides of the pit. All right, we kind of got that. Walkway rests both sides of the pit, connecting the entrance to an exit. Across the room, carved into the ice of the walls, are images of white dragons in flight. And off as you come around here, you see a couple small red amphibious creatures look at you and look at each other nervously, Olak, and they dash away.
Amphibious, huh?
Huh.
Tieflings?
Reptilian. Reptilian's a better way to say it.
Are those tieflings?
Are they tieflings? No, they're kobolds.
I was gonna say
Reptilian?
most of us would.
Our kobolds are reptilian. Draconic.
Yeah, but they're common
Yeah, but
enough.
tieflings aren't.
Tieflings aren't, right?
No, but kobolds are common enough. Most of us would recognize them.
Yeah, they're short. They're small. Kobolds are small. This is not humanoid necessarily. They're bipedal. I give you that, but
Close enough to being humanoid to
Humanoid?
satisfy someone's condition.
well, we'd have to look up what is a kobold. Don't look it up now.
I need to see if they're on the menu.
The question now is: you go down the pit, or you continue investigating this level.
So I'll throw like a piece of ice down there, see if it splashes or just clinks.
And after a moment, it clinks.
I said we go down.
Olaf, can you cover us all with the
There's
feather
stairs.
fall? No, there's no stairs.
Yes, there's stairs.
How many of us
there's
are
a
there?
hook that
I thought you said there were stairs.
No, he's
There's
a 5-foot
there's a
walkway around
walkway
the hole.
around it. Which
Oh,
is
just
where we are,
around the
yeah.
hole. Well, that's good.
This looks as if they're lowering. There's a hook in the
Yeah.
ceiling, and a pulley, and they can lower stuff down in there.
Yeah,
Like
feet
okay,
something.
Yeah.
That's what I heard.
Olaf, can your feather fall cover us all?
I can cover 5, but I mean, we could go down in 2 groups.
Okay, how are you getting back up? If it's
That's
just
an
a-
entirely different
If it's just a
problem.
pit, that's all it is. How are you getting back up?
Press on.
We should trap ourselves in a pit.
That's not.
And this is where we'll start next week.
Well, it
No.
has the dragon's
It's
image
got
on
the,
it,
you know, all the carvings.
so it's obviously some sort of way to the dragon.
Says who?
There's a big dragon carving.
There are
on
pictures of dragons on the walls.
Yeah,
around.
this could be where they throw its food to die.
It's food.
Throw food to it, where the food dies and it is consumed.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It could be the plate, the
So,
bowl.
But
for
the
the
que-
dragon.
the dragon's not like.
And as you talk about this, Kolvar, I thought we wanted to avoid the dragon.
Exactly.
Yeah, we're looking for the tiefling lady.
Okay, we're going to the lair. We're not going to see the dragon.
This is this whole place is
Here.
This is the lair. Yeah, we're there.
No, I'm just worried. This could be a tunnel that goes somewhere interesting. It could also be a pit that's just a pit, and there's no way back out.
How big is the hole?
It looks like it's 10 feet in diameter.
Oh yeah.
I cast fireball.
No, he can go and
Then almost
Nukes the entire bottom.
14
he can
by.
fly
He's a
down there
large
and fly
dragon, so I
back up.
can't really spread my wings to get back up.
You'd have to have some momentum.
I could wild shape, I guess. Just push.
Absolutely.
You could Luke
Yeah.
Skywalker that
So-
thing.
so you could get out. You could bring a rope to us. If-
Well, that's true. That's the.
Well,
other
we could take a rope and set someone down there to look, and then
There's a rope from the ceiling.
You said there's a hook.
A hook on a rope
Oh.
to lower stuff down. Yes,
Okay.
it's obvious that they use that to lower stuff down into the hole.
okay.
That's
One of us could go down the hook, take a look, make sure that it's not a trap.
or send a familiar for that matter.
Or an echo.
Or an echo. I can,
if
sit.
it's
you
not
go.
too deep.
Can I see that opening where the.
Sorry, my bad.
No danger.
It wasn't gonna spill. It's just
No spill, no foul.
noisier than it's low likelihood of a spill.
If I can see it, I can send the echo down there. Explore it and then come back.
It seems pretty far down there. I'm gonna guess 40 feet, but
It gives me 900 and some odd
yeah,
feet to go.
yeah. You can just barely make out the There's probably a pallet down there where they've lowered stuff before.
And is it just a hook, or there's a rope?
There's an
There's a
actual
hook and a rope.
pulley
It
system.
is obviously intended to lower stuff down there.
Okay.
a rudimentary pulley, right?
I would say it is a pulley, not rudimentary at all.
I
It's
wasn't trying to
yeah,
Okay.
keep it simple.
yeah. It's there for that reason. Okay, that is tonight. We're all here next week. What is your schedule?
Oh, I will not be here next week. Traveling next week.
All right, traveling and not dialing in.
No, that'll be the end of a second long day of driving. I'm not sure that would be up to it.
All right, all
And
right,
it is, yeah.
okay.
To have one person out.
Well, I want to play, so
Yeah, go for it.
yeah, yeah.
Someone can play
Next-
scribe, or I'll
yeah.
just wait for the recap.
Very good. Yeah, we'll record it and
Yeah.
publish the full video. You can watch it.
Alrighty.
You blew it.
I didn't know that roll
Yeah,
was...
yeah. It was exactly what I told you it was. You just didn't remember.
I didn't remember.
You didn't remember.
Don't worry about it.
I'm not worried about it.
Glenn
Yeah.
was giving...
Yeah.
Talking about.
Yeah,
So, well, there'll be other...
there'll be plenty of time. Yeah,
Alrighty.
it's fine.
All right, see you.
Take care.
You have a good